graphics that might work. Go on this. Oh, hang on. That looks like it's updated. Are we live? Hello?
Me.
I think so. I don't know. What was that?
Welcome back, everyone.
Hello. Well, I don't know how much we've been live so far. Also, the remote is not working. That's amazing. Great.
Oh, no.
Yeah. It's all at once. It always happens. The last time I had major gremlins was when it was with me, Sam, and Owen. Yeah, when the switcher broke live on stream, and that actually was a critical failure. Guys, hello! Yeah, we're live!
5 from the mods. That sounds good.
Thank you. I have no idea what happened there because the encoder just said it was still streaming and it was still sending a constant bitrate and stuff, so no idea.
Ryanair gremlins, eh?
Yeah, Ryanair 737 touching down, guys. I don't know how much of the intro we had. My name's Andy here on the Midweek Madness show on Airline is live. We got Matt Smith with us too.
Good afternoon, everyone, once again.
And we're back. We're back here at Manchester Airport's evening show. We love it.
It's the first one of the show, ladies and gents. Thanks to Practically Geek for commencing his business class, for renewing his business class membership. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you, Practically Geek. Appreciate that. Aren't you, if I'm right in remembering, you're going to be attending the task fair, right, dude?
Hey, hi.
Right, so we've got plenty of action lined up for today's show, though, folks. Hope you're all sitting comfortably, or maybe you've got us on the extra screen in the office. I hear that sometimes.
Yeah.
As we go live for the next few hours here at Manchester Airport's Runway Visitor Park.
If you are watching in the office, don't get caught. You know what I mean? Don't blame us.
Keep it on the slide. That in solitaire.
Yep.
I was just saying, as we were by proxy offline, I was saying that this week's going really quick. It's crazy how it's already Wednesday. It's a big week next week in the Airline is Live Towers. Of course, we've got the task fair. We've got the unveiling of Project Net as well.
Yeah, busy week in the Airline is Live calendar next week.
It is. Nice. One of the airports on the island of Crete, I believe.
Correct.
Along with Heraklion as well, which was a place I almost booked for holiday last year. Have you ever been to Greece at all, Matt?
I've been to Rhodes many moons ago, yeah.
Yeah. Very hot.
Very hot.
Yeah, very hot country. I think the last holiday my dad went on, or second to last, was Crete, and he got so badly burnt that he had to come back with a cast on his foot and in crutches as well.
Well, my mum and dad have just come back from Greece, a holiday in Greece for like 10 days.
Yeah.
And I was trying to describe to my dad what the heat's actually like there, and I tried to describe it as like it's more like a dry heat in it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously got tropical heat and what people call heat over here and stuff, but like the heat in Greece in general is just like arid, dead dry.
Great country though, great food,
brilliant place.
Great people, great beaches.
Yeah.
Tui 737 MAX 8 touching down here. Mike Delta on the reg.
Dropping in from Preveza.
And I don't know if I mentioned it on air or fake on air, but Martin is absent on today's show as he is on a little break. And I think it's important to take little breaks away from your work every once in a while. Especially if it's a job like this where it's quite intense, shall we say.
Yeah. Recharge them batteries.
That's it. Stay fresh, stay happy, stay positive, stay excited, stay motivated.
Absolutely, yeah.
Got a Logan Air ATR 72 on the taxi out at the moment. That's heading off to Aberdeen, up in the Scottish coast. Awesome, Seb. Well, I am excited to welcome many of you guys in the chat to the task fair next week on Saturday, 22nd of July. plenty of you guys seem to be going. It's going to be a great big community meetup.
Other than charity, like the charity do and stuff like that, it's the one day I look forward to in the calendar.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Joseph saying that LSAI is now taxiing out.
Hey, hype.
Just looked on radar. Yes, she is. The 757-200 from Jet2 is now on the taxi, and she's off to Antalya.
And we were discussing before we eventually came on air, we were discussing a certain 75, weren't we, Andy?
Yeah, because I was speaking to an FO of Jet2 earlier today. He's friends with a Jet2 FO of a 757. And, the guy I was speaking to was saying that he was just on his way out from Manchester Airport after a flight. He was just at the car park, and he heard this great big bang come from the airfield. And I don't know if people know this, but one of the Jet2 757s recently had a bit of a serious fault. It was
incident.
It started its takeoff roll. It was one of the 757s with the holidays scheme, LS Alpha Kilo. I'd had an engine failure, or an engine blowout. And what I didn't notice, and he described it to me, was how, in that case, with a 757, because it's such a powerful plane, there's actually adverse events that happen when you have an engine blowout on the runway. Because it happened near the start of the engine roll, obviously you got the two very powerful Rolls-Royce RB211 engines screaming out, right? They are like maybe full power, next to full power for takeoff. And all of a sudden you got the two of them. One of them just goes from, like, let's say 95% power to zero immediately. It just goes bang.
Meanwhile, the other one's still at full throttle.
The other one's still full throttle. So the change in sort of momentum or power dynamic between the two, it's crazy. It's just the whole plane's got a jolt, contort to one side.
Yeah.
And it actually put a lot of pressure onto the front landing gear. You can imagine, and it actually blew the tyre apparently. Just that
on the front landing gear, eh?
Yeah, that change in power basically from one side to another. So it's not to be messed with. I mean, the 7.5s are crazy, right?
Have you ever wanted an instance of an engine being too overpowered for an actual aircraft? It's the 7.5, isn't it?
Look at that, ATR's now lined up.
Just catch up on a bit of support, ladies and gentlemen. And Phil Sellers has returned for 21 months at business class. Afternoon, guys. Hope the weather holds out for you. Thank you very much, Phil, for your long-term support.
Oh, cheers, Phil. That's really kind of you.
Sarah Jane has returned for 1 month of membership for Premium Economy. Good day from Down Under. Good day, Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah.
And lastly for the minute, William Boyle returning for 12 months. He's got his red tail badge, red tail hype. Well done, William. And he said he can't wait to see us guys at the Taft Fair.
Amazing. Hyped for it.
Absolutely.
I think we've met you before, haven't we, William?
Will's been up there on the car park with me, kept me company a few Sundays ago, yeah.
I remember that, yeah. There goes the Logan Air ATR 72, taking off to Aberdeen. Shortbread Airlines. Got an aircraft here, the TUI SmartLynx Airbus. Yeah, a lot of thrust in them 757 engines.
Yeah.
Not to be messed with. Hopefully the girl gets repaired. Back up in the air soon.
Can we have that pic of Martin on screen? I don't think so, Brody. I don't think Who honestly wants to see him kick back relaxing?
Yeah. Well, maybe we just secure a cable and then I'll be back. There we go. Done. We had a TUI just touching down as well. What is it? 737-800 series aircraft here. Just touched down on 23 right. Golf Tango Alpha Whiskey Lima on the reg. She's coming from Dalaman in Turkey. A lot of Turkish routes these days seem to be getting served by most of the airlines here at Manchester.
Yeah, as well as the Turkish carriers. A lot of Turkish carriers as well.
And Matt Healy, let's get them bing bongs, with a 5 gifted Airliners Live memberships. Thank you, Matt. That is massive.
Huge. Thank you very much, Matt.
Really appreciate that. Alpha Kilo currently in Antalya. It was not the one that had the engine failure, or was it a different one? Or is it? Or did it happen? No, it didn't happen in Antalya. I've not been to Turkey for a while. I remember, Matt, you said you were like, you've been there a few times.
What's that, Antalya?
Turkey in general.
Yeah, I've been to Turkey once or twice, yeah.
It's really nice, isn't
Antalya, I love Antalya and stuff like that. It's on the south coast there.
It's a little bit on the far side for your sort of low-cost flights.
Yeah, it just crosses that threshold, doesn't it, of cheap, where you're going from like proper economic flights, just crosses, but still quite affordable.
Yeah, it's like
and like we mentioned, with so many carriers going there, so yeah.
Like 4 hours, I think, to get down to
Antalya,
South Coast.
yeah, Antalya's 4, yeah. It's like, I always try to justify a flight, like a lengthy holiday by your flight hours and stuff like that. So if you're flying for like 4 hours, 5 hours, it's got to be worth it, hasn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
We're staying there for a good few days and stuff like that.
Ooh, got a Tui Dreamliner on there.
Look at that flex there.
Nice. That's what's holding up all the traffic down at the start of the runway. Dreamliner's still a plane I've never been on. Have you been on a Dreamliner before?
Yeah, once.
Any good?
Yeah, really comfy. Really comfy.
Maybe one day I'll have that luxury. It probably will be TUI, but I don't usually go for TUI. I usually go for Jet2 because I'm just so invested in the Jet2 experience.
As far as real comfort goes, 7.4 all day long. But the Dreamliner's a close second. Really comfy. There's something military going over the top there.
That sounds really loud, whatever's flying over our heads at the moment. That's so loud.
That is a US C-130 Herc.
Whew. That is like, I feel like in my chest.
Nice touchdown from the Dreamliner there.
Beautiful. Living the dream. The name on this Tui Dreamliner? I like the name.
Question is, will it make the exit? Can't see it, but is he going to make the exit?
I think so.
He's going to go for it.
Yeah, a lot of braking there at the end.
Hey.
Owen Flemmer was saying that the names on these Tui Dreamliners were actually because of a competition that Tui held where the winners of said competition could name the Tui Dreamliners. Oh, look at this, guys. The lighting, the view. Does it get any better than this? Matt's got his camera. Any props coming up? I believe so, Barbara. We usually have a few on this show. In fact, there's one on final approach now. Another Emerald Airlines ATR. This time coming in from Dublin. And it's Irish registered rather than British, like we seen last time. EI Fat is the reg, actually. Look at that, though. The lighting on that. Oh, that is filthy.
And, ladies and gents, if you're not aware, a certain Mr. Fezzer flew the Dreamliner on Monday night. Flew Mrs. Patmore.
Oh, really?
On Monday night on the Sim Show.
Great. Jet2 737 on the roll now to Larnaca, which is in Cyprus. Quite an early rotation there, actually, from the Jet2. Usually use a fair bit more runway than that, and Larnaca's not a short flight. That's definitely on the longer end of Jet2's routes. That must be about, what, 3 hours, I'm gonna assume, that flight, maybe 3.5.
Yeah, something like that.
Let's have a look, shall we? What's going on? We've got the Jet2 757 LSAI, which is the oldest in the Jet2 fleet, although I was going to say LSAO, which is the I don't think that's even older than AI. And guys, today actually in the office, one thing I did embark on and kind of failed, but I got there in the end, was I wanted to do a video maybe on the airliner's lounge, not sure yet, about what are the fastest airliners in the skies today.
Yeah.
Like, what aircraft are the fastest
Yep.
In terms of top speed? Does anyone in the chat want to give us a guess what they think it is of today's commercial aviation? So sadly, Concorde-ski and the Concorde, sadly, don't count.
So what do you think, ladies and gents, is the fastest aircraft?
And if you get the variant as well, that's double points.
Yep.
Because I'm curious if anyone knows it. Now,
and we are talking commercially and not like military and stuff like that, because obviously military aircraft is, you know.
Oh yeah, sorry, just commercial. So no biz jets as well, because I know of the biz jets, for example, the Cessna Citation X is the fastest. I can't remember the speed of that, but it's something bonkers. Like, I think it does do supersonic. I think maybe could be wrong. Or it goes Mach 1 above, I think. A couple of people putting different answers in the chat. What I'll do, guys, we'll catch this Arrival, which is in the wind now. It's just picked up a lot. Aer Lingus ATR 72 from Dublin. A couple of different answers in the chat. And bear in mind, guys, it's things that fly today. So like 777X, not going to count. What else is in the works? I mean, the Max.
I've got to say, I haven't seen the correct answer yet.
Have you not?
No.
So, and it gets complicated because, guys, if you just go on Google and search the fastest airliner in the world that flies now, I bet you've got the wrong answer, because there's different metrics to it. It gets so complicated. It was a whole rabbit hole I found myself researching for about 2 hours.
Absolute minefield.
Slamming my head against the desk because it was just so confusing. But anyway, let's have a look at this beautiful aircraft. Look at that crosswind. She's really crabbing to keep the aircraft on the runway heading.
Now a few of the correct answers are coming in.
Nice. Maybe try and locate the first one to get it right. Echo India Foxtrot Alpha Tango on the edge of this ATR 72. Just touched down on 2-3 right. Not a bad landing, considering the wind and what mechanical turbulence that would create. Kind of winds from the north, really, at the moment, or the northwest. A viewer on board the Jet2 to Kos, nice. So that's not the next plane, right? That's the one after, I think. Amazing. So, let's catch the 7.5 before we see who won the little quiz.
I will say before this takes off, Carl's not allowed to play, and he put the first right answer in, but he's not allowed.
Jet2 757 LSAI rolling on 2-3 right off to Antalya. What a great plane to fly on to Turkey. Yes. So, who in the chat was the first one?
I do believe it was Andy66, I think, put 747-8. 747-8, was it?
No. So, yeah, that was the controversial thing.
Right, okay.
So, the reason why this is so complicated
Go on then.
is because there's a lot of different ways to calculate an aircraft's top speed.
It is complicated, even I've got it wrong.
Yeah, so I'll quickly explain. So a lot of articles seem to get them mixed up. Even Simple Flying got it mixed up.
All right.
A lot of articles that go, top 5, top 10, whatever, top fastest airliners. So what I did was I went into the FAA certification records, obviously the Federal Aviation Administration in the USA, and tried to find out what the VMMO is, which is the maximum operating speed, which is obviously as fast as you can go pretty much safely. And they all have a number assigned to that, or a value of how fast it can go. And that's probably the most clear-cut way of doing it, because the problem is there are like different airliners that can theoretically do faster, break the limits. They have done faster because they've had like tailwinds or favorable atmospheric conditions. Maybe they measure what is known as the true airspeed or the ground speed, which is where you measure it by how fast it's actually going versus how quick it's going through the air. But the true airspeed is what, the indicated airspeed is what I wanted, because that's like how fast the plane's going relative to the air around it. I think that's a really, really reasonable way to look at it. I'll reveal the answer actually after this Jet2 A380. Apparently a viewer on board this as well.
Yep, off to Cos.
Great shot there. These planes are rotating at a really good spot. I think there's quite a favourable bit of wind keeping them from going too long on the rotation. So the winner, in a nutshell, to cut to it, was the 747-400, which was marginally faster than the Dash 8 Intercontinental. A lot of websites report that the Dash 8 of the 747 is the fastest, but they never reference where they got that info from. Have a look, guys. Google it. They just never reference it. They never go, oh, this is according to the FAA or according to the manufacturer website. They just say it blindly. And it's
just
like,
grasped it and thought, we'll run with that.
And you're like, well, hang on. And they're all different values. Sometimes the same value is used, repeated across websites. It's like I said, it's confusing. And who's the real winner? And I couldn't get a list that was consistent, no matter where I got my info from. Ooh, a retrofitted winglets on this Ryanair 737. So yeah, based on the FAA certification documents that you need to find from, well, I use the Wayback Machine to find the archive documents of when it was originally certified. The 747-400 was the fastest airliner that's still flying today. I think second place was the Dash 8 Intercontinental. And
like you say, that was only fractionally, wasn't it? It wasn't like...
In fact, I do have the notes, didn't I, on the chat?
Oh, you have a quick look for that, Andy? Just say a quick thanks to Simon Greedy for the one Airline's Live gifted membership, and that went to Finlay Clark. Thank you very much, Simon.
Ooh, a plane is now rolling down the runway 2. Another EasyJet. A320, you can tell that buzzsaw sound from them blades breaking the sound barrier. Yeah, it does look really good, doesn't it? Flying Peacock, saying the dark clouds look really good this evening. Yeah. Lovely bit of contrast for our video today. Yeah, so first was 747-400, which is the fastest airliner in the skies today by the maximum speed certified. Then the 747-8 Intercontinental is just behind. And then third is the A350. And a lot of these are certified to have the same maximum speed across the variants, unless there's a generational gap between them, like the 747, where the Dash 8 and the Dash 400 are like almost completely different planes. Got like completely different wing materials and just massively different, right? Whereas, like, let's say the A350 with a 900 and a 1000 both have the same value to that.
Yeah. And like you said, different materials on the 350, different composites and stuff like that.
Yeah, so Nigel's saying if you recorded research further back, like the Boeing 720, Tupolev 154. So yeah, I just try and do the aircraft that are flying today that you kind of would typically, you can still fly like feasibly from somewhere like Manchester or Gatwick or sorry, Heathrow or something. And then behind third, fifth, and fourth were tied. A380 and 777 had the same speed, and then sixth and seventh, if you want to go that far back.
I found this interesting, the sixth and the seventh.
Yeah, the A330 Neo and the 757, same value. So, like I said, it was kind of crazy to not have any articles online. Hey guys, maybe we could write an article and then put all the references in so people actually believe it. But
and when you actually consider the power of the Rolls-Royce engines on the 7.5, you'd expect that as a wide body, you'd expect that to be further up that chart, wouldn't you, a little bit, you know?
The 7.5?
The 7.5, yeah.
Because, yeah, and it's like sports car-esque.
Yeah.
It's skinny, it's long, it's like, looks more aerodynamic. Then compare it to a Dreamliner. Like,
yeah.
I don't know, I feel like, surely... Okay, so I think one of the biggest problems with the 7.5 was it was quite heavy for what it was. So I guess the Dreamliner has the carbon fiber composite materials, composite metals, should I say, in the wings and the actual fuselage. That makes it really light for its size. So
absolutely, yeah.
Maybe that's such a big factor. But I think also when it comes to certification, things like plane stability and stuff like that, high speeds is a factor. Yeah.
At the start of the runway there, we've got an EasyJet just waiting to line up with 23 right. Also, following that with those Jet2 A380 off to Burjas, but they're all them two at the minute are just waiting for the arriving Jet2, which is coming in from Corfu.
Tupolev's 154 still flying in Kazakhstan. Okay, yeah, I guess you could. I'd have to research what.
There is actually the odd one or two. Yeah, I have actually seen the odd one or two. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to research that one now as well. But imagine if that one tops all the other planes. That'd be hilarious. I mean, what a spanner in the works that would be.
It's like I said to you earlier. You'd have to pick a year, a decade, and then stop there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and also just like, I mean, it is a commercial airliner, so I guess you don't need to prove that point.
Absolutely.
But yeah, well, I don't even know what kind of video I'd do there. Maybe just a short. But I want things to be factually right. When I read something, I want to be like, well, how do you know that? How does Simplefly know that a Dreamliner can almost go past Mach 1?
Yeah. This Jet2 A380 just making the top of the hill there perfect.
Yeah. Decent landings so far today with the slightly windier than average conditions.
It's a bit variant, isn't it? The wind at the minute. A bit of variant wind.
Jet2 in the .com scheme, which I must admit I really prefer.
Seriously hyped to see the 321s in this.
Are they going to do that? Have they said, or is it kind of been heavily...
They better do, or there's going to be some serious words to be admitted. Can you imagine how cool that would look on a 320?
It would look unbelievable.
I think our trusted source, Flemos did say the first 6 that were actually going to Jet2, the first 6 airframes, are going to be in the holidays library.
Right.
And then after that, who knows?
Yeah, that'd look gorgeous on the 321 Neo, I think.
Yeah, I do.
Maybe even a bit of a mask up front as well. Wishful thinking. EasyJet A320 Neo, the first Neo of the show today, I think. was actually a lot of rumours that Jet2 were going to get some A330 Neos.
Yeah, the Paris Airshow.
Yeah, and maybe they try to negotiate that too. But I don't really think there's a need for them, because I think the capacity is huge on them, right? But even on the 800 series, but it's Jet2 need that much capacity? It's a big commitment.
And again, you got to ask yourself how many seasons do you lease the 330s for?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
People in the chat letting us know there's an Air France A220 coming in. Amazing.
Hey, cool.
Hyped for that. How was the volume levels, by the way, mods? Are we okay for like aviation audio and stuff? I kind of didn't have a chance to do a full sound check.
We did get a couple of 5.5s from Loops.
Yeah.
And Tell. So, trust their judgment.
I certainly do.
Ryanair Max dropping in from Alicante. Sorry, 8200.
Yes, don't get that right. Don't get that wrong. Echo India Golf Echo on the reg.
Yeah, brand new in January. This aircraft.
Wow, I don't think I've seen this plane before. Get that checked off the list.
I think the most recent one I've seen was in June, where it was delivered in June. So,
what, as in this month or?
Yeah, like
wow, that's crazy.
Can't recall the reg.
Looks nice and clean still though. This Ryanair. Spot on. Nice. Okay.
Five. Don't forget, ladies and gents, if you'd like to support the channel, click the dollar symbol at the bottom of the comment section there.
Oh yeah, that would be very kind. Another Jet2 737 rolling on the runway for now. Well, going back to airlines going fast, there's still a lot of obscene records. I think maybe someone could Google this just to get the info in the chat. Mm-hmm. But didn't British Airways, who I think they still do, hold the record for the fastest transatlantic flight that wasn't a supersonic airliner? And I think it was a 747, if I remember rightly, doing the flight in something crazy like 4 hours 52 minutes.
Wow.
I'm sure it's about that. Maybe someone in the chat could quickly fact check that. I don't think that's exactly right, but I'm sure that's rough ballpark. Paul Davies with a 1 Airliners Live gifted VIP membership. Thank you, Paul.
Cheers, Paul. Thank you very much.
Legend. Really appreciate that.
Gotta give Paul the king of the bing bong. You gotta give him a bing.
King of the bing bong. Got another EasyJet on the approach here. This one without the sharklets. Fenced winglets, the classic design on the A320. They've since added the sharklets, they call them, and I think sharklets is actually a trademarked name to Boeing. That upswept design is obviously kind of used on Boeing as well with their 737s and the 76s, but it's obviously I think specific design and patent tailored to the Airbus aircraft as well.
Mm-hmm. And as Pleasure mentions there, you can also gift a membership to the community, whether you're on Android or iOS or on your PC. You can also help the channel by gifting the membership as well.
couple of people have put it in the chat. Maybe you can read out. I see GTF Trains on Twitch and Matt Healy on YouTube.
Yeah. So Matt Healy, and I'm presuming GTF Trains on Twitch is saying the same thing. The fastest subsonic flight was on February the 8th of 2020. The strong winds of Storm Sierra allowed a British Airways Boeing 747 flight BA112 to fly from New York to London in just 4 hours and 56 minutes.
Wow.
So you were spot on, Andy.
Yeah. Oh, I think I said 52.
52, yeah. But 52.
Yeah. Ballpark,
4
I
minutes,
guess.
man.
Wow. Imagine that, though, like Transatlantic.
Wow.
You'd be kind of gutted. You're like, I'm flying first class with a 747 and you
would
get...
literally feel that speed, wouldn't you, though, with your... I mean, I know it feels fast when you're on board an aircraft, but you would feel that speed as well, wouldn't you?
I'm sure that usually takes like 7-8 hours.
I agree.
It's always quicker one way than the other, though, isn't it? Because of the
winds.
Winds, yeah. It's like when we fly to the States in September, it's going to be like an hour longer coming back, I believe, than going there, something like that.
Dutch Pride 73 touching down from Amsterdam. Looking beautiful as the light gets through the clouds.
Yeah, it really is. Subsonic aircraft was Golf Charlie India Victor Papa, the 747-400. I'm lucky enough to have an engine start panel and a pitot tube taken from the aircraft, which was scrapped. Wow, Liam, that's awesome.
Wow, yeah. Paul Marriott's back after a few games of pool.
Sonny just saying it's usually 6.5 hours. It's quicker coming back for the States than going. Right, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I don't think... I've only ever flown to New York once, and that was a connecting flight. And I didn't fly back the same route, so I couldn't compare the two flight times. But flying there, I think it was like 8 hours, I think, with JetBlue on the A321 long range. But I think they're a little bit slower on the cruise than the wide bodies.
Yeah. Looking slightly heavier on the rotate, though, is it Jet2 A380 off to Dalaman?
It did, yes, and it's quite a long flight as well.
Yeah.
Likewise, the 4 whatever hours, assuming you stay subsonic.
And now, on the final few 100 feet into Manchester, we have the Wookiee jet, France A220, about to drop into Manchester here. Yeah,
we have some support to catch up on, so I'll do that as soon as this nice pair of Wookiees is out of our way. Let's cross all our fingers, chat, that she vacates at Bravo 1, which is the exit in front of us. Look at her in the sun there. Nice pair of Wookiees on display on the Airbus A220 300 series. It's actually the biggest variant of the A220. Oh, look at that in the sun.
Yes.
That is stunning. Great touchdown. I'm loving seeing these at Manchester. I think the Air France just looks really nice on that livery.
Look good, but sound even better.
They do sound great. Interesting story, actually, about this aircraft I'll read after as well. From Captain Mark, our global correspondent. Actually had a bit of observation about this aircraft, or this type, you'll see.
Go on, give us a little rev. Go on.
We've had a wave from the captain. Oh!
Go on, a bit more. Go on.
Beautiful. That plane, it just looks so good.
Yeah.
So good.
Don't matter the airline, just looks good.
Yeah. And Air France, like, it's like the only plane I like the Air France livery on. I don't know why. Like, everything else I'm a bit like, it's okay. Right, we had a bit of support to catch up on. First of all, Practically Geek gifting another Airliners Live VIP membership, and that went to Adventure Outside with Mike. Hope you enjoy your gifted membership. And then Barbara, what is going on?
Mega bong.
$100. Thank you, Barbara. Quickly reading that out. Airliners Live, a channel willing to be flexible for the time for the USA and others. High admiration for all of you at Airliners Live. Keep an eye out for props. Thanks for the amazing close-ups and stay well. Barbara, I really appreciate that. $100. Let's get some mega bombs in the chat for Barbara.
Huge thanks, Barbara. It means a lot to the channel. Thank you very much.
Yes, and yeah, of course, this evening's shift for us, obviously, I've been in the office all day, so continuation of the work day
it's
for
like
me.
Overtime, isn't it? Overtime.
But it's worth it. And
do you get time and a half for overtime?
Yeah, double pay. For us, it's like you get the lighting.
Yeah, it's perfect.
You get a completely different set of movements. We don't usually see the Air France A220s on the morning shows. And like Barbara said, it's like for our US viewers who I really appreciate, they can tune in live. Can't say the same for our Australian viewers. They might struggle.
I please everyone.
I know, but having the two different time zones, two different slots helps a lot of people. Ryanair 737 already up in the air. Wow.
Yeah.
Can't be going far. That
this Ryanair is only going to Dublin, and the one previous went to Faro. In case anyone was wondering. I think it's going to be the first heavy of the show, and we've got a Jet2 A380 which is on its way down to London. It's just started its pushback now.
Yes. And cheers, Practically Geek. I really do appreciate that. Everything adds up, by the way, guys, so don't be afraid to gift a membership or send in a little donation. Obviously there's costs involved with running live streams and things, so at least if we can cover them costs, which I think we are, then that's all happy days. And like you guys all know, that the money that we get on the channel, we really like to reinvest and try and improve the live shows and try and make them as good as they can be, especially on the Super Sunday show. Yeah. Which I know a lot of you guys can't tune in live because it's quite early, but it really showcases the best of Manchester Airport. Yep. That sort of 4 hours that we do in the morning till the early afternoon.
And as we always say on the channel, ladies and gents, only give what you can afford.
Of course, yeah, definitely. Don't be... it's free content anyway, so... anyway, I've got a Turkish Airlines, what looks to be...
Yep, it's a Neo.
Coming in from Istanbul, Turkish flight 1995. Fiddly saying that G-Sun C is on the taxi out. Amazing.
Yep.
Brand new Jet2 A321 Neo, and actually, I can already see her.
Yep.
Look at this.
Still no titles on the tail as of yet.
She's still not been painted. That's crazy. Doesn't look too shabby actually like that. It's quite professional. It reminds me of like a charter airline.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm trying to think of an example now. There's so many, but I just can't think off the top of my head. But it just looks very simplistic and almost like is it like 2XL type deal?
Yeah, very similar.
Didn't Titan have quite a minimal design on one of theirs? Am I thinking of the right airline? Either way, it does look pretty smart. And in homage to Barbara's request, we have a Loganair ATR apparently on the runway. I can't see her. Oh, I can just about see her.
Yep.
We'll
just
catch
started the takeoff roll now, the ATR.
Off to the Isle of Man, the shortest route. out of Manchester Airport, so it probably won't take long to take off. There she goes. It's almost like an air show when they take off that early. Our heads are like pointing to the skies to see it. That's like right above us, that.
A couple of 100 feet of the runway used there, that were it.
Yeah, a lot of power in them turbo props, and it shows. Great airline, actually, Logan Air, I've heard.
Next arrival, Ryanair, Max 8200 from Santiago.
And Paul Marriott gifted an Airliners Live membership as well. Paul, thank you so much. Really appreciate that.
Thanks a lot, Paul.
Legend. If you are gifted a membership, don't forget to say hello or thank you in the chat.
Yeah.
Say both. Another very new Boeing 737. This is also an 8200 MAX. Delivered in November to Ryanair. As Matt said, it's coming in from Santiago. Yes, I'm saying, didn't realise how big the hump in 2-3 right was until then. You could barely see Logan at the other side of the runway.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. I think with the little bit of elevation that we have here, it actually looks not as bad as it really is.
If you're actually at the airport pub, you can really see the significance of the hill of the hump. You can really see it.
Yeah. I remember that, on like south side, and I remember watching. I mean, you get it with the A380s, or back in the day the 747s when they used 2-3 right.
Yeah,
you wouldn't even see the 747. You just see it's like a scene from Jaws. you just see the tail. Yeah, dun. And yeah, it's a big hump. Apparently in the 80s, it was actually bigger, and 80s and before. It didn't just grow in the 80s. It was bigger, and they actually had to have efforts to reduce the size of it because it was actually a bit dangerous for the airliners touching down. There was a lot of aircraft that had mechanical issues coming out.
Skim a bit off the top, eh? Yeah,
so back in the 80s, they actually flattened it a little bit, and it's kind of helped a bit. It's certainly still there, and it certainly still does take some casualties in terms of landing gear struts and things,
as you may have seen on one or two of the streams.
Yes, but it's one of the caveats of Manchester Airport, and one of the personality traits, I guess you could say.
Next arrival is a Cessna 525, and it's dropping in from Biggin Hill down south in London. Swedish aircraft. This look pretty decent looking bizjet. This
amazing. Does that make the approach just more difficult? It does indeed. You've got to actually watch out for that, because if you not only plant the landing but plant it too early, it can have some pretty bad effects on the plane. I don't think anything serious has ever happened, but there has been a fair few, mechanical failures, shall we say, following some dodgy landings.
At first, I thought remember the Iceland 7.6?
Yeah,
when I first saw that on the ground, I thought that fell foul to the hump.
Did you think that, like, in real time?
Genuinely thought that.
Yeah, it didn't look terrible, but it didn't look bad. And then obviously, it landed. Basically, Iceland Air sent a 767 for once in a blue moon, and they landed it pretty badly, and it may have broke bits of the cabin. Ceiling panels fell, oxygen masks fell.
Yes.
And the aircraft went tech as a result.
Owen Flemo with a one Airlines Live gifted membership, and that's gone to Tony Hart. Thanks a lot, Flemos. Cheers, mate.
And John saying, hello guys, sorry not be able to join for a while. Great to see you doing evening sessions. I've messaged my colleagues to tune in once they finish work. John, welcome back. Not seen you for a while, actually, John. I remember seeing you at the RBP last year, I think, sometime. But yeah, glad you could join in. This is another benefit of the evening streams for UK viewers. You guys can tune in if you're working during the day on Wednesday. Like many do, but I know these days it's not uncommon to work crazy shifts, right? Like I think we've all done our fair share in our life of maybe a night shift or a job that works pretty wonky hours, maybe in retail. When I was in university in the first year, I worked in a bar on, I think it was Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, maybe Sundays as well. I worked a lot and I'd go to lectures in the day. And it was the first year of uni, so you don't really spend a lot of time in lectures. You know, they're a bit more lenient. I was working night shifts as well, so I'd get home, sleep for about 4 hours, roll out of bed, just into my clothes, just straight out the door, sit there like a zombie in university, and then go home and then collapse in bed.
Living the dream.
Paul saying, "What a 9 till 5." Yeah. Matt, you work pretty normal-ish hours, don't you?
Bonkers. Sometimes my hours can be just daft and stuff like that. But
you ever up early or working late evenings?
Yeah, it depends where I'm going, where I'm working, and where I've got to go and do such and such. Yeah, it can be.
Yeah.
There's worse jobs out there.
There is, yeah. Some people do some bonkers shifts, especially those in, like, obviously aviation is a good one, but
yeah, of course.
Then like public services, you know, healthcare and whatnot. Hats off to them. Public transport in general. Infrastructure like bin men and whatnot.
Yeah. This aircraft incidentally brought me back from Paris. This one.
Oh, really?
Whiskey X-ray.
Here we go. Brand new Jet2 Airbus A321 Neo rolling down the runway, heading off to Paphos.
Gillian Clough, what's work?
I wish I could say that. Don't we all? My mum's got her retirement next year. Early retirement. She's quite fortunate in that she's always worked jobs that have had like a bit of a pension. And she's still only in her 50s. Yeah. Which I think these days is really early for
Absolutely,
retirement.
Yeah, it is really.
So she's taking an early retirement and she's looking forward to it. She works a pretty stressful, strenuous job. She works in a biochemical lab. And she's a senior, I think, a research and development biochemist. She's pretty nuts in what she does. She's really knowledgeable about chemistry, biology, and science in general, and really inspirational as well. Because she's come from, like, you know, she has to really work for what she's got. You know?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And she was based at the Unilever Corporation for a while as one of their main research and development scientists who researched mainly surfactants, which are like the foaming agents that create, you know, like shampoo and stuff. Yeah. And how it like foams up. Well, shampoo and washing up liquid are very, very similar. They both do the same thing. They're both just like soap, right? They just like an oily kind of soap. But the difference is that shampoo has surfactants, so it goes all foamy. So can you imagine washing your hair with like washing up liquid? It just wouldn't wouldn't sit right. Getting a kitchen sponge out on your hair. And she had a lot of patents against her name, and you know, was quite a high value employee in that respect. Yeah.
Definitely earned her retirement. Definitely.
Yeah, she deserves it. She's
I speak to my dad often, and my dad's been retired. Like my dad and mum and dad retired late. Like my dad's like 75 now, and he's only been retired like coming up for 2 years now.
Yep.
And he's still like, He's often getting up at his work times and stuff like that, just religiously getting up like after clock and stuff like that.
See, for me, obviously I can't speak because as you age and things, like life gets harder, right?
Yeah.
Well, it depends on how healthy you are, right?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So the way I see it, it's like, I don't know if I ever could retire. I don't think I ever can retire the way it's going. But I just like being busy and doing things, and I don't know. I guess everyone's different, and obviously a strenuous career takes it out of you as well. So.
Yeah, of course.
Someone asked, where does she work? I'm not going to say the company, but it is a big petrochemical industry.
And while we've got a spare 5 minutes, just say a huge thank you to Tom and Anne for gifting 5 Airliners Live memberships to the community. Thank you very much, Tom and Anne. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. That's really kind of you.
Jet2 A380 on the taxi out.
Yep, and we got the 737 as well. There she goes. And John recommitting to Executive Club. Wow, John, that is astronomical.
Huge thanks, John. Thank you for returning.
That is insane. Welcome back, John. Glad to have you back in the community, and welcome back to VIP. One of only about 4 or 5 Executive Club members. You guys are legends. Practically Geek saying I'm still a very big kid when it comes to work. I've been working with virtual reality for the past 5 years. Wow. Very interesting job and career. That sounds amazing, Virtually Geek. Virtually Geek? Hey, that should be your name now. Practically Geek. Sorry, I was just distracted by this rather nice looking plane on the taxi out. I thought it was a hospital. No. I think she did start her career in a hospital, though. She used to do the blood tests.
All right.
In a hospital. Supposed to fly at the start with Ryanair cabin crew, but decided to stick with my current job. That's how it goes. I think when, a lot of things are like career driven, right? So with airlines and with cabin crew, unless you've got some kind of long-term plan, I don't think you should get into it, unless you just have to, right? So with Ryanair and certain airlines, they do have like kind of cadet programs where you can work your way up to be like obviously a senior cabin manager, but also like a pilot, which would be awesome. But obviously that's a big commitment. That you don't just become a pilot just for the jokes. You've got to work your way up. You've got to put the time in. You've got to have some savings so that when you're training to be a pilot, you can actually sustain yourself. And it's a big commitment. Even if you do get on one of the cadet programs, like what Feza got quite far into the TUI pilot cadet program, which I believe was like they fund your pilot training, but the problem with it is like, well, how do you fund yourself? Like, how do you're not getting paid for it?
Yeah,
as far as I know. But I think obviously, looking for a career is what you want really when trying to pick what path to go down, and something you enjoy as well. But I think people do spend a lot of time with cabin crew as well. Not to mention you do work your way up the ranks in the cabin crew. And, look at Concorde Julie, for example. Like, isn't she like the longest serving cabin crew in British Airways today?
Something like that, yeah.
And she's still rocking it. She still loves it. It's defo her thing. And as the name suggests, she used to be cabin crew on the Concorde back when BA flew them, and 747s as well. And no way, Lee. Yeah, she used to be based at Port Sunlight's Unilever, the Research and Development Centre there, which Unilever, the global corporation, technically started in Port Sunlight. And now they're known for everything. They make Lynx and Axe deodorant, they make Dove, they make Tresemme, They make TG. I think they make Ben and Jerry's. They make Persil. They just got like, a huge amount of brands under their umbrella these days, mainly in like toiletries and sort of bathroom related things. Bit of a bumpy landing there from the Sun Express 737 from Antalya.
And ladies and gentlemen, we are only 19 subs away from 1,000 on one of the new Airliners Live channels. Simulate is only 19 subs away. You'll find links in the chat, ladies and gents. Just smash that subscribe button, even you see the links in the chat there.
I'm sure we can find 19 people in the chat.
I'm pretty sure we can do that.
To hit subscribe. Go and head on over. Hit subscribe, guys, on the brand new Airliners Live Simulate channel, which is Simulate by Airliners Live, if you're not already. Especially if you are into flight sim. 100% if you are into flight sim. If you're not, maybe just do it to support.
Yeah.
Sun Express 737 vacating.
Taking his time. Beautiful view here.
Really is.
And now the Jet2 A380 is lined up and ready for departure.
Oh, a nice wide body departure coming up, and then we'll catch up with the support and the chat after this heavy goes out. Let us know, Fezzer, if you're in the chat, if you hit 1k on Simulate. Fezzer is the manager of that channel. The managing director of Simulate. Look at the wing wave.
Got caught off a gust there, didn't it?
Yeah. Steve Barnes with a gifted Airliners Live membership. Thank you, Steve. Really appreciate that.
Cheers, Steve.
And then Barbara. Wow, more support from Barbara.
Huge thanks, Barbara.
Dropping 5 Airliners Live gifted memberships. Wow, that's great. Thank you, Barbara, and thank you, Steve, for the support. Really appreciate that. Huge.
Cheers, guys. Thank you so much.
Unilever, started. So I was raised on the Wirral. And I was literally just a 10-minute walk from Port Sunlight. And Port Sunlight was a small town that was created in the 1800s to facilitate all the workers of Unilever at the time, or it was called Lever Brothers, it was called. And they used to make Sunlight soap. And so they made Port Sunlight for the Sunlight soap, which was their first flagship product. I believe it was actually made of similar product ingredients to margarine. And that's interesting because later down the line, that becomes very significant in their global takeover. Because, they made Sunlight soap, which became very big in like the Industrial Revolution. And obviously, living conditions of the average factory worker were appalling. But Lord John Lever, I believe he was called, actually decided to really treat the employees and give them a good pay and good prospect of life, a good house, which the house is still there today, and they're very nice, very picturesque and beautiful. It had its own like fire station, it had its own school, it had its own doctors, had its own social club and sporting grounds. It's a great place to live, and the workers really put a shift in because they were getting treated really well. We've seen the same kind of from Ford back in the early days, where the workers were paid really well and looked after. And so one thing led to another. They partnered up with a company in the Netherlands called Unimargarine, because it was a very similar composition of the products. And Unimargarine and Lever Brothers made Unilever, and that's how it became Unilever. And now they pretty much dominate.
And there you have it. You learn something new. Don't say this is not educational.
It's crazy, isn't it? It's a great story, though.
Yeah, it's a really great story.
So yeah, if you run a business, look after your employees, because you might just become the biggest corporation in the world.
Yeah. This Golf X-ray on the taxi in.
Yeah, another EasyJet A320. Got another Jet2 757 Alpha Kilo now lined up and ready to go on the runway 2, heading off to Turkey. Sensational.
Using a furrow bit of thrust, these 75s.
Woody saying hi, y'all, from Dubai. Loving the colours coming from Manchester this evening. Yes, it's very, very pretty, isn't it? Hope you're having a great time over in Dubai. Gateway to the world, I think it's called.
Quick bit of spot. Adi Harrison returning for 8 months of business class membership. He says, afternoon chaps, watching with my son Ryan and getting excited for our trip to Turkey in August.
Yes.
On World to Fly.
I seen Dougie as well saying that he's flying to Dalaman on Saturday evening.
Whereabouts are you flying to, Eddie? Let us know in the chat. Where are you flying to, mate?
He says 40 plus degrees, hot, hot, hot. Well, it tends to be pretty hot at this time of year, doesn't it?
Yes.
But certainly not here in Manchester, where I had a coat on to start the stream.
Gateway to winter.
Yes. Ryanair 737 to Barcelona. Heading out.
Another city I need to get back to.
Same. Let's go. Let's go now.
Let's do it.
While Martin's away.
Right, stream's over then, gents. Bye.
That reminds me, actually, the correspondent update from Captain Mark saying he was in Barcelona the other day.
All right.
Flying for his airline. And he noticed a lot of Vueling A320 Neos, which use the Pratt & Whitney 1000 series engines, which are the ones that have the Wookiee howl that we love.
Yes.
A load of them were grounded and had the engines covered up, and he reckons it's issues with the engines.
Oh.
Which apparently was a big deal at the start of the life cycle of them, because when they first got delivered to their what was Airbus A220's delivery customer, Swiss, or I think specifically on the A220s, they had issues where they had to ground the fleet for a little while because of concerns with the engine reliability. And I think it's kind of not gone away completely. Because, yes, still some airlines around the globe are still having issues with them. Hey, it's a Lauda A320. Why does Ryanair separate their airline? Questions answered on a certain YouTube channel, Airliners Lounge. Go and check it out. We'll catch this arrival, guys, and then we'll catch up on the support and chat. A lot of you in the chat today as well. I'm really enjoying the stream so far. 22 minutes past 5 in the evening here in Manchester, and the weather is questionable for a summer, as it usually is.
Yeah, standard.
This is one of the very, very rare Ryanair A320s.
I'm going to nip to the calf before it closes. Do you want anything brown it on that?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I should be good, but thank you though.
Okay.
Could you pass... Is my water down there? If you could pass
Your
that up.
water's here, mate. Yep.
Yeah, if you could pass that up as well.
Yeah, baby.
Enjoy. Lauda A320. Thank you, Matt. Stay hydrated, guys. Drink lots of water. Makes you feel great. Especially on these hot summer days. Kappa. Is that looking pretty straight? I think the tripod's pretty straight, isn't it, guys? No leaning Tower of Manchester's today. Right, I think we had some support. We had, obviously, Matt already read out AD's message. Jordan with a $4.99 US. Cheers for Poland. Evening light looks especially lovely tonight. Nice one, Jordan. Appreciate it. Thank you for the $4.99 donation. And Paul Allen with a 14 months of premium economy saying, hi guys, off to Kefalonia with Jet2. 12 days to go. Dude, I hope you have an amazing time. It's going to be hot. Ooh, got a prop on the go. Aer Lingus ATR 72 climbing out of Manchester. Oh, look at that in the sun. Wow. British registration as well. So she'll be headed back to her home in Belfast. Beautiful. Beautiful. Is she going to move? Slowly. We've got two 757s on the way out as well. One's off to Ibiza. We're going to Ibiza. And one's off to Palma de Mallorca, both off to the Balearic Islands. Who will get there first? EasyJet in from Juliet Tango Romeo Santorini. Yeah, we're loving the show so far. Loads of 757s. More than we've seen on the Super Sunday show, actually. What is that Nightbot command? Yeah, our next trip abroad, I've mentioned it many times on the show, we're going to Palma de Mallorca. And we're flying with Jet2. We love Jet2. It's always our go-to. And we are, at the moment, forecast to be flying on the A330 and the 757. Hype. The Jet2 A330 I've never flown on before, so it'll be a nice experience. I'll definitely report back how it is. And that's in August we're going. So you'll be without me on the live streams for 2 shows. Are you all a bit sad about that, or are you a bit relieved? Hey, you got another EasyJet on the roll. What is it? It's an A319 heading back to Milan. Yeah, the buzzsaw already. Yeah, I'm curious which A330 I'm on. The seat map certainly looks like the A330-300, but allegedly they don't fly that to Palma de Mallorca. But yeah, we'll find out. All will be revealed. This beautiful bird here on the taxi. We've seen her come in as we were setting up, actually. Jet2 757 LSAB. The only Jet2 757 in a .com scheme with the sharklets. Many would say it's the most pretty of the 757 in 757 fleet in Jet2. I would personally agree with that statement. Yeah, when was that? That lightning hit the tower here at Manchester. What day was that? Was that yesterday or the day before, I think? Yeah, they only have the 200 series of 757s Jet2. There goes the new Airbus A321 Neo Alpha G-Sun B, I think. Yeah, G-Sun B. The newest edition, which I think Owen was saying is going to be arriving soon, is G-Sun D. I was saying G-Sun D. That sounds like a Scouser saying Sunday. Sunday. Oh, Greece and the runway there, the Ryanair. Coming in from Berlin. Ryanair flight 1154. I didn't know that Jet2 did that, Karen. Like email you to let you know what plane you'll be on. I've never had that before, personally. We just look at the seat map usually and then kind of compare it with the aircraft that are available, you know. So is it 43 rows on the 757? We've got like 51, which would lead me to believe it's the A330-300. G-Sun D is at East Midlands. Oh, right. So are they using airborne colours again to paint? Or is it just going to stay there? Because I think they do flights from East Midlands, don't they? Jet2. EasyJet off to Enfida. A320. $45 on the 200 series. Okay. Yeah, so when you're booking flights with Jet2, you can, before booking, you can preview the seat map for what is scheduled for that flight, but bear in mind, guys, everything's subject to change. In my experience, it very rarely happens with Jet2, but other airlines, it happens much more. So, yeah. And, you know, I think it's quite hard to justify downgrading from a Jet 757 to a 737 because it's quite a big change in the amount of seats. So, and Jet2, if anyone's ever flown with Jet2, you know it kind of, they're never really empty, them planes. They do a good job of filling almost every seat on every flight. Yeah, I'll keep an eye out on my emails, but I mean, at the moment, it looks like we're flying out on a 757 and coming back on an A330 of some kind. Probably the 300, but who knows? Who knows? Yeah, I think the World to Fly A330, I think that's 333 config. Does anyone in the chat know? Because I think we went to book seats and there wasn't many window seats left. Not that we ever really book seats anyway with Jet2, because they keep families together most of the time. But on a 330, you definitely want to be on a window seat, right? There's 3 of us going, so I wouldn't want to be in the middle, personally. But it's all economy as well, so they do charge a bit more for like exit seats and up front seats and things like that, bulkhead seats. But it's all the same.
Guess who's back?
Hello. Tui 767 due at 5:39, saying Joseph. Nice.
Speaking of Tui, this 7.3 is off to Larnaca.
Whoa, there it is.
Also got a Lufthansa A321 about to drop in from Frankfurt, ladies and gents.
Yeah, let's keep our eyes on that. Well, to fly is 343. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, so for us, sitting on a window row would be perfect. But we'll see. Might not happen. Might be sat next to a stranger.
Brown bill roulette.
Did you fly? You flew on the 330 before, didn't you? With the air tanker one?
Yeah, I flew on both Golf Lima and Golf Mike as well. Yeah.
So did you have a window seat? If that was on 242 config?
Yeah. Pretty decent actually. The windows and stuff. Pretty decent size.
Did you reserve that seat, or was it just look at the draw?
No, it's pot looked it.
Nice. Yeah, you got brown bill roulette. I've heard that like with them planes, they don't always completely fill the plane. It's usually like.
I mean, on the return flight, we went down to, incidentally, one of the flights, one of our holidays down to Antalya on the 330. On the return leg, there was you could pick a seat, any seat you wanted.
Wow.
Really quiet the return.
Interesting.
And that was just pre-COVID as well. That was like the year before.
Ah.
Here's the Lufthansa A321 from Frankfurt, about to touch down. Have you caught with the support, Andy?
I think so, yeah. Let me just quickly... Yeah, I'm caught up. Oh, I've not read out Debbie's, if you can...
Okay.
Or Renee's, actually.
Oh, right, okay. That's 321 roll past.
Camouflage winglets there.
Not quite making the exit there, the 321.
No.
Looks very clean though, that aircraft.
It
very
does.
Clean.
I-80 engines as well, and kind of a minimal colour scheme on here as well.
I think that library really suits the 321s. Really
I think so, yeah. They're classic 321s.
Let's catch up then, Rene Kotekas has been a member for 4 months at business class. Thank you very much for your support, Rene. And also, we have Debbie Barn, who's been a member at 9 months at premium economy. Thank you very much for your support also, Debbie. Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Thanks for being here. Hope you're enjoying the show so far.
How are we doing on the simulate? How are we doing? How are we looking?
We've got Matt here on the show today, and my name's Andy.
Come on, simulate.
Here we go. Jet2 757 rolling down the runway, heading off to Palma de Mallorca.
Not disappointing one bit, these 7.5s this evening, are they?
Really good. Yep, we're getting treated. Look at that climb. The sheer power. Taking it down to the Canary Islands. And I'm pretty sure the next departure will be another 757. Loopy saying we did 11 more. Guys, come on.
Come on, guys.
11 of you. In the YouTube chat, Nightbot is putting commands. Nightbot is putting links to the Simulate channel, which is a YouTube channel dedicated to flight sim run by the team here at Airliners Live.
Go on, guys. Go over. Give it a sub. Go on.
Let's get it to 1,000. One big push.
Go on, guys. You've got permission to nip out the live for 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Nip over, hit the sub, but you got to come straight back.
Exactly. You know it. You know the drill.
7.6 on finals, and that's going to be followed out probably by Alpha November, as Andy mentioned, which is on its way down to Ibiza. Really working hard on the last few 100 feet here.
Love seeing the 7.6s. Still got two of them based here at Manchester. Used to be more with TUI UK. That's another plane I'd love to fly on before they disappear.
Yeah, absolutely.
Allegedly, they were going to stay till. They were going to go before the 7.5s in the TUI fleet, but sadly we lost the 7.57s before. They've been gone for a little while now.
Feel so happy I got so many shots of the 7.5s.
Oh yes, looked great, didn't they, in the TUI colours?
Absolutely.
And touchdown. Yankee Fox on the reg. This TUI 767.
Wow, made the rapid exit as well.
Yeah, stopped rapid. We're getting treated to a head-on shot as well. Oh, look at this. This is awesome. Let's get a nice wide shot of the Boeing wide body.
Stunning.
767. And the next movement we'll see is a Boeing 757. And guys, we hit 1,000 subscribers.
Yay.
On Simulate by Airliners Live. Amazing.
Let's see those celebration emotes, ladies and gents.
Great stuff. And John Fezzer will be moving the flight sim shows over to that channel in the next couple of kind of weeks, I'd say. So definitely make sure your notification bell is turned on there. That was nuts. Bananas.
Every 7.5 sounded superb.
They have. None of them have been that derated. They've really put on a good show.
Good evening, Mr. Pingu. Nice to see you.
Hello. Another arrival coming in now, an Airbus A320 from Faro. This EasyJet. Yeah, appreciate it, guys. Thank you for the support. I hope some of you in the chat may enjoy some of the content over there. If you're into your flight sim, I definitely recommend getting engaged with that channel. And Loopy said we just hit 605,000 subscribers as well.
Good grief.
Wow, that number is just bonkers.
It's just mad.
Hello, everybody.
605k.
This EasyJet giving it a bit of a wobble. The sharklets on the wingtips getting blown around.
Smooth as you like.
That's if Fezzer and his PC lasts till September.
Yeah, of course, ladies and gents, the flight sim show, the Monday flight sim show with John, we'll be moving over to the Simulate channel. Is as of September, is it Andy yet?
Oh yeah, about that, yeah.
Around September time. So all the live sim shows, all the content, all the news, all the latest from MSFS, they'll all be found on there. Still in use there.
Amazing. And about to touch down another EasyJet A320. Coming in from Paris, Charles de Gaulle. It's the route that you flew, wasn't it, man?
Yep, correct.
Big airport, is it?
Yeah, it's spread across a vast area. Paris, Charles de Gaulle, yeah, really is. You can really see the when you're coming in from like the north and that, you can really see how substantial the airport is.
Oh wow! Oh, actually, to be fair, I've flown there before as well. And, yeah, the terminals are pretty, like the piers.
They're really widespread and that, like whatnot. You got like a full EasyJet terminal dedicated to EasyJet. And, yeah.
I think I flew at Air France June back in the day.
I believe like the actual international, like Terminal 1, the actual international terminal is supposed to be absolutely chaotic, you know.
It was massive though, the halls that you're waiting in, the departure halls. You feel tiny walking around them.
I believe like a lot of the flight crews, like pilots and whatnot, don't really enjoy travelling through Paris, to be honest.
Yeah.
We normally wrap up around 7 o'clock or something like that.
Yeah, usually start wrapping up about 7, half 7ish, because park closes at 8 and we need to pack up.
Yeah.
Pack up might be a bit longer than usual today, just because it's without Martin. Yeah. I know, Matt, you'll probably end up helping anyway.
I'll dig in, mate, don't worry.
Just want to make sure everything's ready for Sunday. Sunday might be on south side. We will figure that one out still. Might be a way to do it from here, to be fair, with a similar setup. Well, I'll have a nosy.
Where's the prop whisperer? Where is she?
Another prop with a super high climb out there. Aer Lingus ATR 72. I have to adjust the tripod every time. It's so high up.
Hey Rachel, I saw your earlier comment as well. Yeah, can anyone lend me a hand? I've donated, but it's not gone through. I haven't seen it on our chat, and we've got like a thing in our where we can actually go back through the chat and see. And I haven't seen it come through yet, as of yet, Rachel. So.
Yep. I did see someone in the chat earlier saying that they just got their lanyard as well and they love it.
Hey.
That's great. I can't remember who said that now. But yeah, the lanyards, I believe they're all sold out now on the Airliners Live website. We have about 50 left for the task fair, guys. So if you really want one, you can get one there. And then there might be some left to go back on the website after the task fair, if there's any left.
I can't see that there being many left. To be brutally honest.
I don't get how they've been so popular. Like, I've never seen anything sell so fast on the Airliners Live website.
I must say, a few of the mods have mentioned lanyards once or twice before, and yeah, I had a funny inkling that they wouldn't last long.
You can get your hands on one if you're a winner of the Liverpool John Lennon Airport giveaway that's going on. Yeah, so on Liverpool John Lennon Airport social media, so on their Instagram, on their Twitter, on their Facebook, on their Threads, if anyone actually uses that. Go and check it out, because they're doing a giveaway of Airliners Live merch. We've partnered up with them, and they're doing a giveaway of a travel wallet, a lanyard, some coasters, and some stickers. So a huge gift hamper of Airliners Live merchandise.
Like a merch pack, yeah?
Yeah, so go and check it out, guys. Likewise, how we did the giveaway on for some Liverpool Airport 90th birthday limited edition merchandise. They're doing one for our stuff, so
yep.
Nice gesture of them.
Bit of support. Chrissy B with a one Airlines Live gifted membership, and that's gone to Salford Liam. And also, Amiman Troubles, great stream as usual. He's been a member of business class for 10 months. Thanks very much, Amiman. Cheers, Bob. Thank you very much.
Practically Geek said he wears his every day for work. He loves it. They're great, aren't they?
Had some great feedback with regard to the lanyard. It's been brilliant.
Yeah. We're sending one over to Laurie as well, all the way in Dallas.
Well, you'll be able to take it, won't you?
Could just wait for that, yeah. Save a bit on the postage. That's Tui SmartLinks Estonia A320 heading off to Dalaman in Turkey. Another Turkish flight. It's been a few of them. Look at the windsock. That looked super not windy for a second then, and now it's picked back up and it's darting left and right, and yeah, it's pretty crazy today, the winds. It's mostly gusts.
Afternoon, King Kevin.
Afternoon. All rise for the king of the chat. Speaking of the king, I wonder where the A380 is. Do you reckon you could have a look?
About an hour and a half, mate. I think we're going to be a bit pushed, to be honest.
Right, okay.
Talking at least like 7:25.
Might just be able to get it.
Maybe.
Yeah. 5:30 is definitely our cut-off time. Here's another Ryanair. Is Laurie a relation to you or Sam? She's basically like an auntie, but no, she's not. No actual relation. She's a really good friend though, and really big supporter of the channel, and
top mod.
Yeah, top moderator.
Who had the seatbelt idea for the lanyard?
I'm gonna say me, but I'm just trying to remember how it came about. I think we were originally going to do something slightly different. We were going to have full-size seatbelts or something like that on like a set that you could have in your house where you attach the seatbelt to the seatbelt buckle on like a door in your house. So if like a few of you got keys in your household, or you've got a few different keys for different things, maybe you've got like a work key set, and maybe like one for the shed outside.
I think me and Martin, when we discussed this once or twice, whether how we could like formulate it into, like you're saying, into a buckle. Thing. So say you've got like your house keys, you've got a set of work keys, your car keys, and like you say.
And around the same time, a few people in the chat were asking for lanyards. So I went hunting, and kind of one thing led to another. I noticed suppliers who did smaller, seatbelt buckle things. Now that could actually lead on to that idea of the sets that could go on a wall, like wall mounted. Because imagine, guys, like you kind of got the female end, I suppose you'd say, of the seatbelt, which is where the buckle inserts into, and then you obviously pull on that to release it. Imagine on like a wall, like a bit of wood on the wall that has 4 of them on, and then your keys slot into that. And that could be like a nice little gift set, because, like I said, if you got multiple different keys in a household, you could do that. And then, for me, I'm always losing my keys. And to have somewhere on the wall where I know I have to plug it in with a seatbelt, I know it's there. But yeah, so one thing led to another. I found a factory that could make us the laser engraved seatbelts that could also be the same size for a lanyard, and that actually worked out perfectly well. So a
lot of good feedback with regard to like the seatbelt option there.
They're great
feedback.
I'm really happy with it. I think it is like probably one of the best products we've ever done. Probably hence why it's sold so well, and we literally can't get enough for them to supply to you guys. But like I said, at the task fair, at least we can sell a few more.
And don't forget as well the release.
Project Net,
Project Net.
Which is going to be at the task fair as well. We're going to have kind of 3 stands in a row. We're going to have my partner, Sam. She runs Aviation Antiques, and that sells aviation memorabilia. Then in the middle is the big Airliners live stand.
I've got to say, some of the stuff Sam's got this year is just
really good,
outstanding, really good.
And then at the end is Project Net, which is the new kind of big project that we've been working on for the last few months. Not necessarily an Airliners live project.
I can't replicate how excited I am for that.
It's going to be good,
It's going to be really good.
So it won't actually be ready, but it will be demoed and unveiled at the task fair. So be there, get involved on that stand. Mr. Pink, you saying it might only be in at like 16 minutes past 7, so I think we'll be okay.
Might be alright, it makes up a bit of time, possibility.
I think we'll be okay.
Evening, Joanna. Evening, guys. Hope you're all well. Hope you're all doing okay. Long day. Even spoke to someone who is interested in aviation. It's always great to bump into a fellow aviation geek, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. I think that's what makes like this community so good, because there is like a good overlap about common interests, whether it's flying or whether it's airplanes or like engineering or photography or videos, appreciation of the whole industry in general.
So many different branches.
That was great. Jet2 737 almost hit a bird on the way out there.
It did, actually.
Got a little bit close, but
it did.
Bird will live another day.
Just evaded him there.
Live to tell the story. Another Dutch Pride 737 on a taxi out just as Orion Airlines up, and that's off to Mahon in Menorca. getting away to somewhere slightly warmer than here. It's still not very warm in the UK.
We're supposed to have another heat wave coming, aren't we? It's been said.
That would be nice, yeah.
Hasn't turned up yet.
No, waiting. It'll probably happen when I'm away.
I'm loving your stories at the minute.
Oh, right.
They just display such disdain for the British summer.
It angers me.
Get this, ladies and gents. Every other story, right, on Andy's Insta or something like that. So you'll click on one story, it'll be about the diet or something, and then you'll click on his next one. It'll just show Andy sat in his car, like the biggest, worst downpour you've ever seen in your life, and it'll just have the tagline, "Summer."
Yeah, literally. Oh man, I don't know.
You just detest it, don't you, mate?
I don't think I'm in the right country, if I'm honest. My body regulation of temperature is not designed for the UK. I'm designed to be somewhere on the Mediterranean at this time of year, and soaking in the heat. And this is like summer as well, like winter, obviously.
Wow, Annika mentioning there's a heat wave in Europe at the minute, but Turkey's hitting 40 to 45 degrees.
Wow, that's crazy.
It's great, isn't it?
Yeah, I remember when I was in Turkey last time I went, when I was like, well, actually before that, when I was like 12 or 13 years old, and I remember it being like that most days. And just like getting in the pool when it's like 40 degrees C is like that. I have such a good feeling when the water's warm. You've got nice cold drinks there as well. It's so good. For me, like, I know this is a hot take, literally, but I think it's got to be like 30 degrees minimum when you're on holiday to properly like feel it.
Yep.
When you get off the plane and it's like the heat hits you, that you know you're in for a good time. But as I've gotten older, I just can't stand the heat as well anymore. But since starting this diet, I've spent a lot of time in the sun and not much sun cream being used, and I've not really burnt. So maybe my sun tolerance. I'm actually a bit browner now as well. Maybe when I go to Mallorca, I can test that.
Yeah.
When I went to Corfu, it was 34 degrees every day, just so hot. That sounds nice. I think when you're doing things, though, it might not be fun. If you've gone on excursions and stuff.
Yeah. You don't want to be on that excursion day on the hottest day of the holiday, do you?
Yeah, I remember when I went to Barcelona, and I think that was summer, or it was September it was, and that was like in the 30s, but you're walking a lot, and Barcelona is quite hilly. You know, we walked up to Park Way, which is on the top of a hill, and that's a big, steep hill. 30-degree heat, and you got a backpack on, which is full of stuff, cameras.
Yep.
And I was not in shape either. So, yeah, sometimes it doesn't go in your favour. But we did have a rooftop pool, which was so nice in the mornings. You know, before you go out on a day of sightseeing, get up on the pool, see the sunrise over the city.
Yes.
And you're there in the pool swimming around. And it wasn't even that expensive of a hotel. It was literally like 70 quid a night or something I think I paid.
New subscriber, keep up the good work, lads. Love your stream. Thank you very much, Dave Horton. Cheers, mate.
Thank you, Dave. Yeah, that heat wave needs to make its way to us.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
44 degrees, come on.
Gosh, I don't think anyone would survive that here. That is going to be intense. But a couple of degrees more. For me, it's the sun. I want more sun.
It's too hot. It's too cold. It's too hot.
There's no in between. Yeah, for me, it's the sun. So it's, it could be. I remember when I was in Texas, and we stopped in Waco, and I don't think it was that warm. I think it was like 10 degrees Celsius because we went in November. But it was dead sunny, and the sun was like hot. Like it was like high level of UV, which we're not used to in the UK, because in the UK, in the winter, the sun's never that strong because it's so low. But over there, it was like still bright and radiating. And when you were in the sun, it was only like 10, 11 degrees Celsius. But you could wear shorts and t-shirt. It was so bizarre.
Mad.
I just walk around like Walmart car park. But then you go into like the shade and you're like, oh my gosh, actually it's a bit chilly.
Andy is about to catch the A220 on the taxi here, Air France.
There she is, the beauty.
Neve went to Portugal a few weeks back for her uncle's wedding. It was colder getting off the plane in Faro than it was in the UK, but on the wedding day itself, it hit 40.
Ooh, you'd be sweaty in your suit there, wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah.
Because 40 is at the point where it's like just standing still, you're like sweating your head off.
Gillian Clough gets it absolutely right. We are temperate people in a temperate climate.
Yeah. That's like the biggest complaint. I mean, we do complain a lot as a nation, but weather is definitely the conversation starter in the barbershop chair, isn't it? Laurie said it's going to be about 40 degrees Celsius today. Wow. That's bananas. You've been here in November, December, and January. You have no idea how horrible Texas can be. Yeah, I've heard. Well, we're going in September this time, so that's going to be quite a bit warmer. I don't think it's going to be the hottest season, but will I survive? I think I might.
Just about. I think you'll be all right.
To be fair, though, Greece was pretty hot when we went last year.
Dutch Pride KLM 73.
I think Greece was like pushing 40 most days.
Just on the takeoff roll, yeah.
I did find crazy about Texas in the winter was like the fluctuations in temperature. It's like the first time I went it was in January, I think. You'd have one day where it would be like upper 20s. Like
yeah,
maybe.
I have noticed, like Laurie mentioned that, like especially in the winter, I think it is, where it can get like up to like sweltering heat. Do you know what I mean? And then the next day it can be in the night, and you're like, how does that even happen? Do you know what I mean?
We had I stayed in like Austin one night, and I was kayaking on the river there, and it was like upper 20s. It was glorious, so much sun in the sky. It was just like, my arms were out. Went to the cafe there on the waterfront. Just a good vibe. Sat outside eating like a sandwich. And talking to lots of the locals around. There was one chap actually, was the only British guy over there, I suppose, Laurie's husband, that I seen over there, was a guy who was operating a business. He was a British guy, he was from Bath. And he was running a business, like an e-commerce business, and he was sat in a cafe there outside on his laptop, and I was like, this is the life, man. This is what I want.
Absolutely living the dream.
Yeah, and then the next day I drove up to Dallas because I was going home, where I was flying back from DFW, and that day was like 4 degrees Celsius. So it was just like
that transition.
It was just like from British summer to British winter in one day. It's hard to pack for stuff like that because
it's so drastic that change, isn't it?
I didn't bring a suitcase, so it was all like backpack. It was just a backpack I had, so I just had the hoodie that I wore going over there, and just some shorts and stuff. I don't think I actually brought anything other than shorts.
long
so yeah, them days were not fun.
Evening, Suze.
Good evening. Got an aircraft on approach here. It was quite far out though. These planes are holding for it. Oh no, the EasyJet's going to go off first.
Yeah, the EasyJet's going to sneak out to Milan. A319. Or is that one? Oh, is this the... No, this one's the Tenerife flight, A320. And then the A319 is going to follow him out, possibly, before they arrive in Ryanair Max 800 from Curry.
Thank you, Greg. Howdy to you. Hope you're enjoying the show.
Howdy, Greg.
We're on a bit of a skeleton staff. It's me and Matt today. No Martin. Martin's away for a couple of days.
Living it up.
Yeah, it's impossible to pack for Texas between October and May, I can imagine. Your wardrobe must be just like the most diverse wardrobe. I suppose it's like a British wardrobe, isn't it? Where you got loads of coats and hoodies and...
Yes, Susie, I've been let in the box. I'm in the box. Not on the car park, not on Southside.
Yeah, not in Greg's.
Not in Greg's. Off to Tenerife South, this is
Tenerife. Great place.
Yeah.
Great place. Need to get back there.
Another place, yeah.
That's somewhere I'm tempted. I was speaking to Sam about this. We have our like annual Lanza holiday, don't we, with Airline?
Yeah, March.
Yeah, and Lanzarote obviously is great for spotting, but maybe a chance for Tenerife as an option. Because you've got Playa de las Americas, which is like a nice kind of holiday place.
Veronica's.
Yeah, exactly. And then you know you're only like 20-minute drive from the airport, and the airport there is a lot more diverse in what you see. You see a lot more different airlines and a lot more wide bodies. So maybe that's an option for the next Airliners Live jaunt to
after a recce,
yeah, because I've never been spotting there, and I certainly wouldn't mind. This Ryanair coming in from Kerry, 737-8200.
And number 2 to land is another Wookiee. We've got the Air Baltic A380, which is flying on behalf of Swiss.
To be fair, yeah, Tenerife does have a great nightlife scene. That Veronica Strip is pretty booming, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a pretty good vibe. Lanzarote is good though. We know the best places in Lanza, don't we?
Yeah.
We have a method.
I don't mind Tenerife. Won't mind having a different jaunt.
Yeah. Obviously, last time we flew Ryanair, we were going to fly EasyJet initially, but they changed their summer schedule date, so we actually had our flight cancelled. I really wouldn't mind flying Jet2 though, because when you fly into the Canaries, you've got a good chance of being on a 75.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or A330 maybe. I don't know if I think they do fly them, don't they? To the Canaries.
Of course, yeah.
Get a Binter flight to Madeira. We've considered getting a Binter flight, but they're not cheap for non-residents.
I think I mentioned that to you not long back, Andy, actually. Maybe getting on one of the Binter 220s.
Yeah.
But you have to obviously get on an EasyJet down to Madeira and whatnot, and then fly to one of the Canary Islands or something to enable yourself to fly on one of the 220s. So
it would be cool, wouldn't it?
It would be brilliant.
Yeah.
Take a bit of planning, but
island hopping. Because you could totally also just like hire a car, return it to the airport, and then fly to like another Canary Island.
Yeah.
Well, it's not cheap, guys. It's really not as cheap as it should be, I don't think. But the residents of the Canary Islands do get a lot of benefits. And one of them is like this resident pass that gets them discounts on things like flights and fuel, apparently, as well. They get like half price or something crazy like that on fuel.
Funny you say that, actually, Planespotting, Mike. Funny you say that. Imagine being to Lanza to Manchester. Because I have heard rumours, and these are really, really distant rumours, these ladies and gents. But
okay.
I've heard rumours and little inklings when they're obviously, when they increase the fleet and stuff, Air Baltic, they are going to be venturing more into Europe. So watch this space.
How far do they go?
Certainly not out of the question. I would have thought. I would have thought like more, obviously, like around Spain and stuff like that, France and stuff. Whether there's distance limitations of it getting to Manchester, I'm not sure.
They have the Embraers, don't they? So
yeah.
Did I imagine? Do they have? Well, what's this? Oh, Air Baltic A220 rather. What a catch!
Been a while since I've seen one of these, actually.
Yeah, did dream that they were getting the E2 jets as well, or maybe I imagined that.
Binter?
Yeah.
Correct.
They are?
They
wow.
are.
I didn't know if I was getting
so
mixed up
they
with,
do, they do actually increase the network of the E2s and stuff. It could open a lot of doors to them, couldn't it?
Yeah. Air Baltic A220, the second pair of Wookiees arriving at Manchester on the show. Fantastic. Let's get them Wookiee emotes in the chat. And looks like she's going to exit on the rapid exit taxiway. Might even get a Wookiee howl.
I really like that livery.
I do too. Let's get a nice wide shot. I love it. Air Baltic. I think they only use A220s these days, Air Baltic.
Just like how on the lettering they're not afraid to go past the windows and stuff like this. Just looks good.
Looking on radar though, this is coming from Zurich. Is that operating a Swiss
Yeah,
flight?
on behalf of Swiss, yeah.
Wow, that's bizarre. Because I think Air Baltic...
They were helping, like, they were doing, like, some flights for Eurowings.
Eurowings, yeah. Maybe even Scandinavian, although I might be thinking of Eurowings covering Scandinavian.
Yeah.
Wow, is that a diamond? That's hard to see. Oh, it's going to exit way over there as well. Is it DA62 or 42?
Yeah, it must be a 42.
42, yeah, I think it is.
Get it up.
Golf D-Jet. Golf Delta Juliet Echo Tango. I think that's a...
I can't pick that up on radar or anything, so...
Yeah, it looks like a diamond for sure. And size difference, we've got a Tui Dreamliner taxiing out. Good catch. Tui Dreamliner's heading off to Antalya. All the long-haul flights for Tui tend to be earlier in the day. They go out to the likes of Cancun, Puerto Vallarta. Where else do they go? Do they still have the Melbourne route? Yeah, plenty of different routes. Long haul with TUI. Maybe even Montego Bay, I'm going to say. They change so often with TUI. They've definitely flown to them destinations. I just don't know which ones they're using at the moment. Oh, nice pair of Wookiees going out as well. 2 for the price of 1. Ollie saying, cooking tea, completely forgot about the show. How am I late? Yeah, a little bit. A little bit.
Just a fraction.
Just a few hours. Punta Cana, that's the other one, yeah. But yeah, I think any TUI Dreamliner that you see at this time is usually doing like European hops. Usually to like the Canary Islands or Greece or sometimes even Malaga I've seen. And yeah, Turkey as well is a big one. My mate flew to Mallorca on the 787. Wow, that is such a good plane for that route. somebody who was... Yeah, it's pronounced Puerto Vallarta, I know, yeah. I'm kind of contradicting myself because I'm pronouncing Mallorca with a... not Mallorca. What was I saying? I know someone who was going down to Tenerife, or Tenerife, and they were meant to be on a Tui 737 and it got upgraded to a Dream.
Upgrade.
Cool upgrade. Right, it's got a Jet2 737 coming in next from Thessaloniki.
That last Tui 73, incidentally, was on its way to Rhodes.
Awesome. Hashim, welcome, saying, good to only find my favourite channel going. That's awesome.
Excellent.
And Ollie saying, making my own chicken in chili heatwave Doritos.
Wow.
Chicken coating in chili heatwave Doritos.
So I can only presume that's where you smash all the Doritos to bits and all that.
That actually sounds pretty god tier, not going to lie.
Smash all the Doritos to bits, yeah. And then obviously you roll the chicken in that. That must be it.
That's pretty elite. Hope you enjoy, Ollie.
It's a different level, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, so we've got the Jet2 hybrid just at the top of the ILS there now, which is the Jet2 World to Fly 330 on a flight from Dalaman. Flight time of around 4 hours for that one. And that's going to be number 2 to land after the EasyJet A319 from Geneva. Couple of heavy movements on the way, ladies and gents.
Hype. And then it should be less than an hour now for the King of the Skies.
Yeah, I'll just have a quick update, quick scuba.
What was I going to say? Oh yeah, so the World to Fly A330. One of our VIPs, Annika, who's in the chat now, was actually on board that.
Yeah, Dalaman, weren't she? I think. Yeah, if I remember right. So the A380 is estimated to land here at Manchester on the Wednesday evening live at 7:15.
Perfect.
How does that sound?
Perfect.
Airfield ops just in front of us here. I'm not sure what he's up to, whether he's going to be...
Pilot dropped his wallet. Probably some FOD on the runway, isn't there? I seen him get out and check something out. Obviously, the taxiways and runways have got to be very clear. Them engines do be ingesting things sometimes. So they've got to make sure that doesn't happen. Minimise the risk of that. Jane saying, love the 330 flew to land to Rotti. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm going to have that first experience of flying on a Jet2 A330.
Have you been on a 330 before, though?
I don't think so, no. I don't think so.
Power in them 330s, mate.
Yeah? Not to my memory. I've been on one. I think they use Rolls-Royce on the Air Tanker 330s, don't they? So I'm hyped.
I was just behind the wing and, God, you can feel that.
Yeah?
Just feel that bit of G. Oof.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Like the 7.5s, isn't it? Like,
yeah.
Really feel them.
As I mentioned before, EasyJet A319. In from Geneva. Flight time of around an hour and a half for this one.
GG.
GG. And the Tui Dreamliner flight to Antalya is now entering 23 right. So we've got this heavy departure, and then straight after that we've got the heavy arrival as well.
Let's see, shall we? Tui Dreamliner rolling 2-3 right. Very lucky individuals on board. Heading to hot Antalya. that's pretty. Wow. I hope you guys are watching in 4K as well, because this is just so good. And yeah, another wide body coming in. Jet2 A380.
God, that looks so pretty, that.
I was discussing with the mods as well, saying that the 4K emote doesn't really get much use anymore on Airliners Live. So there is the potential to design a new emote.
I think we need a swap out.
Yeah, but the question is what? What?
Here we go, 330 about to touch here, isn't it? Just catch this. Greaser. Pretty steep angle at the top, that, wasn't it?
Yeah. Such a big aircraft, the A330-300 in comparison to the 200, I think. Like, look at that. She's a big one. Probably not going to make the... Oh, actually, she might make the exit there.
Maybe. No, it's just going to roll past.
They did that last time. They slowed down and then...
Yeah, so as Andy mentioned, we need another remote. What do you need another remote?
Yeah, the idea is, chat. I mean, probably the most...
and I'm not going to say it this time. I'm not going to pester for an A330. I'm not going to do it.
Well, that was it. I was going to... Yeah.
I'm not going to do it.
That's probably the most requested, but the problem is...
30 in remote form. How do you do that?
We could just write 330, but I mean, it's getting a bit boring now. They all do that, but maybe that's the only way. There's nothing like particularly definitive about the 330. That
for me, the only thing that's definitive really is just the winglets and stuff like that. But how do you incorporate that into an emote? Yeah. So anyway, I think a 330
is it's
very difficult.
It's definitely winning the vote.
And also I think simply because we do see a lot of them on the shores, so you got to think of an emote that get a decent bit of use, bit of a bashing. So yeah. On the return leg to Berlin.
Danny Taylor saying, hi guys, hope everyone is well. Unfortunately, I just had a phone call today. I haven't been selected for the Jet2 engineer program. Onwards and upwards, hopefully to get my hands on a 757 next year. Danny, sorry to hear that. I'm sure you'll bounce back and find something even better, if I'm honest. But keep your head held high. I'm sure it'll be worth it. Something good will happen.
Keep going.
And our Sam applied for that same role and she didn't get it either. She's got experience behind her.
Sam had a bad week that week, because that was the week we found out that the actual 75s were actually, some of them were getting retired as well.
Yes.
Devastating day. Hey, Aegean.
Pork pie emote.
Greg's emote,
actually. No joke, that's not a bad idea. Copyright issues pending.
Look at the size of this 330 here, ladies and gents.
Beauty.
It is actually stunning. For a hybrid, it looks great. And that's going to be followed on the taxi back to gate by the Aegean.
Another beauty. It's the new scheme. With a mask design up front.
Just a standard A320 though, this one, not in the Neo format, so...
That looks so strange.
Still looks really neat.
It looks so strange. The engines look so small.
It is a beautiful 330, that.
Yeah, I love the tail as well. Very fortunate to have the high fly world to fly A330 based here in Manchester now.
Yeah, that's the one, Danny. We always got the community to fall back on. If you have a bit of a setback and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Good community, decent people.
I'm a believer of everything happens for a reason, so, you know, if you don't...
I'm a firm believer in that.
Yeah, so if you don't get what you want at the time, there's usually a reason that something else is going to come along. That's,
absolutely. That's more suitable and apt to you, I think.
Yeah. Lauda A320 on a roll with a plane just behind. Wow, not much separation between the two. Late landing clearance for sure. Wheels up now, and let's pan around. That's got another plane touching down behind the Sun Express.
Yeah, the Ryanair from Brussels.
Wrong airport in the Weston's emote. I was tempted to add like an Apple emote, but it's only really Fez's show that ever has that kind of talk, really.
Do you know something, right? These standard like NG Ryanairs now, they're going to look so weird eventually without winglets.
Yeah, that's so
without
true.
The scimitars.
Yeah, what's this one got? This one's just got this
standard,
the classic. What do they call them? They call them, they're not sharklets, of course. I think they call them just upswept winglets.
Yeah, it's like an upswept winglet, yeah.
But then obviously they add the extra bit underneath, and that becomes the split scimitar winglet, which is the most efficient winglet design apparently in commercial aviation today. So you can see why Ryanair are spending hundreds of, like 200 million, I think, getting them installed. Bit of traffic on the taxiway. Over 450 applicants. Wow. And they're down to the final 50.
Good grief.
Oh, were you in the final 50? Sorry, 30. Yeah, Sam got rejected pretty early on, which really baffled me.
So Danny was whittled down to the final 30 from 450.
Sam has like a diploma in aeronautical engineering. She has background working in engineering and mechanics. And she also worked on the Saab aircraft, Jetstream aircraft as well in person. It's like, if that's not good enough, then what is? So I was always a bit suspect of that position after that, and the fact that she got rejected so early on, and also like, so maybe the same for you, Danny. Like,
it can really hit you hard, though, something like that, can't it?
Yeah.
It can hit you that.
What blew me away as well, as an employer, you want someone who's like enthusiastic
but you know something, Andy, it's really difficult, that, because you on the same hand you really want to be confident as well.
Yeah.
Through like the interview process and everything else.
Yeah.
But on the same hand, as soon as you've gone through that interview process, your emotions are like, wow, you know, when you're playing the waiting game, and
that's
it's really difficult, isn't it?
Uncertainty, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Like the mental games that you play with yourself there, like, am I going to get, what will happen if I get it, if I don't, you know. But as you said before, it's all about, you have a setback, it's all about how you come back, you know.
Yep.
Keep your head up.
EasyJet from Amsterdam touching down, A320 with the sharklets. Oscar Tango on the reg.
All right, Dennis. So you like experiencing like draftsmanship and stuff like that? Is that your game, Mike? Welcome in, Venkman. Thank you. Evening, Lee. Evening, neighbour.
Hello. Oh, the lighting's getting real good now. Look at them engines. And
Turkish on the taxi out, EasyJet Neo on the taxi out as well.
The sky is clearing up a bit as well.
Yeah.
Look at that. That is good.
Beautiful.
Oscar Tango on the reg. And Ryanair 737-800 rolling down the runway right now. Off to Cologne in Germany. Pretty sure that's a bingo square. Annika, thank you for gifting an Airliners Live VIP membership.
Woohoo!
Fantastic. Thank you, Annika. Legend.
And also, a big thank you to Jason White, who's been a member at Premium Economy for 3 months. It's been a pleasure being a part of a great community. Thank you very much, Jason White. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Cheers, mate.
Looking forward to seeing many of you guys in the chat at the task fair.
Yep.
Next
10
week.
days. I think Owen's beating the hell out of the days.
I know,
Like 10 days, 2 days.
Yeah, I'm super hyped.
6 days, 5 minutes.
Reminding us how long we've got to prepare.
He's got it down to the seconds, hasn't he?
We're pretty much all set for the fair, though. We actually had a merch, a stock delivery today, and that's all the stock for the task fair, pretty much. Got lots of Airliners Live baseball caps as well. If you guys want to get your hands on one of them, they're in stock now. Get them at the task fair, of course.
Yeah. And of course, the only place you'll be able to get your Airliners Live lanyards now are going to be at the task fair.
And ultimately, the biggest thing about the task fair, though, for me, for the team, is just meeting you guys and hanging out with you guys and having a day where we can just all chill together.
Absolutely.
Enjoy some plane spotting and just enjoy the fair itself. So, yeah, coming down, just have a chat, and not only with just the team, but get social with the other community members.
Yeah.
I've actually recommended that you guys bring like a name badge. Now, I know quite a lot of you, like I'm looking at the chat right now, and I actually know a lot of you guys, what you look like, and, you know, if I see you, I know who you are.
Yeah.
But a lot of you guys will not be recognized by the other community members. So definitely, if you can, bring a name badge.
Oh, that's sad. Will, unfortunately, Will looks like he's not got the time off this year.
Ah, Will.
Lucky Will.
Hopefully next time, dude. Were you at the last one? I can't remember now.
I think Will was there, for sure.
Yeah, I think he was.
Very hello. Where do I put a complaint in about this content being too good? The kids are at the dad's for 2 hours, and she's supposed to be standing a wall, but she's not. She's sat here watching this. We take no responsibility for your lack of sand in the wall.
Yes,
Sorry
exactly.
about that, Erica.
Procrastination central right here
Absolutely,
at Airliners
yeah.
Live. I mean, we're only going to be live for another hour, maybe 45 minutes. So, you know, can the wall's not going to go anywhere, is it? Jill's coming in disguise. Oh, what is this?
Uh-oh.
What is this?
Intriguing.
Yeah, Will was there in Feb. But yeah, I remember now. They're all kind of blown into one now with people appearing at different ones. So I do remember seeing you guys at them, but I just can't remember which ones. Sun Express, take it off.
Yeah, and of course, Sun Express using a variant in the airframes they're using as well. Comparing, like, sometimes often using the Max and the standard 7.3 as well. So
Yeah, the Maxes look really good.
I've actually seen them on a few of the shows using the 320 as well. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, that's a weird one.
Yeah.
Looks so unusual. This plane got some compliments on the stream earlier. This Lufthansa A321.
Just looks brilliant.
It does. Yeah, Owen Flever will be there as well. Matt, obviously, you're going to be there.
Yep, of course.
Niels is going to be there. Captain Mark's going to be there. Pretty much a lot of mods. But
Everyone last year loved talking to like Mark and Niels. Everyone said they were so obviously so knowledgeable, but also so welcoming with the information they were giving out, and just having a chat with everyone in general. Really, really brilliant vibe last year. Really good.
Laurie saying, yeah, she'd love to come someday. She loves England, never been to Manchester. Yeah, I would love for you to come over, Laurie, and we'll give you a personal tour and really show you the best places, plane spotting, and obviously local to, sightseeing and stuff. I think that'd be awesome. Maybe we should do like a little GoFundMe for Laurie to come over. It was a pleasure to take like Niels around and Henry as well when he came over.
Henry loved the RVP, didn't he?
He did. Oh, he was in Wonderland.
Absolutely in his element, wasn't he?
He loved Liverpool. He really enjoyed his day out there.
Oh, the city. Yeah, he loved the city itself.
Yeah.
But when I spoke to him, I just recall him talking about like the Trident and stuff at the stationery at the RVP. He was really impressed with.
Yeah.
Obviously, the setup of the RVP, and wishing that a few of the airports in Canada had a similar setup to this. And
yeah, there's not many countries that embrace plane spotting, like other than maybe the Netherlands. Like, where do you see?
Even I must say though, Andy, even when I like when we went to Schiphol and stuff like that. Obviously, we didn't see a great deal of the airport, and we spent the majority of our filming time on the polar band. But you don't realise that all that stuff's actually there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like the aviation megastore and the museums. You have to know where they are.
I mean, that megastore, good grief.
Nuts, wasn't it?
And would I be right in saying in that model shop you'd be able to find practically
everything?
Anything, you know?
It's huge. It's huge. Aviation megastore in Amsterdam, great stuff.
So you'll be able to even like find something that's peculiar. Like, obviously, Martin's looking for the is it the WestJet Disney?
That one, and is it China Airlines who do the Toy Story special?
Yeah, correct, yeah.
And he's looking for that as well, but that wasn't there.
Oh, right, okay.
We had a look for that.
But, yeah.
We thought we might surprise him with that.
But obviously, like you say, the majority of frames and liveries and everything like that.
Yeah,
I can imagine, like, looking at just some of the piles of stock and stuff they had on show. Wow.
Yeah, sandbagged a EasyJet A320 as well, obviously, because that's what we flew on to go there, die-cast model.
Turkish Neo, beginning its climb out from Manchester.
Beautiful aircraft. And yeah, the Flying Architect will be there too. Terry Edwards as well, another moderator who will be
He's
there.
the most important guest of the day, Flying Architect.
Yes, he's got some precious goods.
Precious cargo.
Yeah, high-value cargo that's coming all the way from Leeds.
Yeah.
Is it Leeds where it's based, the place, or is it just outside of Leeds?
I think
he's based just outside, isn't he? Samantha Littlewood saying I have to go. Thanks for the brilliant show. No worries, Samantha.
Take care, Sam.
Have a great rest of your evening, and we'll see you again on Sunday.
Oh, that's interesting. So Venkman's mentioned WestJet has 2 Disney liveries. In fact, they have the Magical Mickey livery and also a Frozen livery as well.
I think Jen's all about the Magical Mickey one.
Yeah.
Chloe Reynolds wants a shout out. Well, there you go. Too late. Yeah, in Germany there's quite a few places where they really embrace plane spotting as well. I think Munich is
Frankfurt's the one in it.
Yeah, and Dusseldorf as well is quite good places to spot.
And again, there's a few locks in front of us there. I'm wondering if they're checking a mains or something agreed in the ground there or something.
Yeah. But yeah, here in the UK, there's a lot of different airports with dedicated spotting places. Even Liverpool Airport has the mound there, which you can see on Google Maps. You got Harden that has Chocks Away Diner. You got obviously Manchester with the Runway Visitor Park.
There's supposed to be a
Beluga Bank.
Yeah, Beluga Bank.
Beluga Bank, which is just
gotta
open.
go there. Gotta check that out. Gotta check Beluga Bank out.
Which is a new mound that they've actually built on the Chocks Away Diner garden.
Yeah.
And you can watch the belugas and whatever happens at Harden Aerodrome in North Wales.
Need to get back there.
Yeah, it's great. Well, one thing
do we know what's being based at for Southport and Rill and whatnot? Do we know what's being based at some of the airports as of yet? Or
so Southport, they normally use Blackpool, maybe. I think it's Blackpool, and then same for obviously Blackpool Airshow. Rill, though, which is in North Wales, they're going to be using, apparently the Red Arrows are going to be based at Harden this year. And I think the BBMF and the Typhoon again at
Liverpool.
That'd
be great, though.
I guess things subject to change, but I've seen a few official sources saying that. So it's actually around my birthday, Real Airshow. It's the usually the August bank holiday weekend, and we're in talks, guys, to potentially do a live show of the Airshow planes. Most notably the BBMF again, and the Typhoon. So maybe another show from Liverpool Airport for that.
Was it Blackjack? Was Blackjack on it?
It was last time. I think, does Blackjack still exist? I don't even know. I've not seen it for a while.
Good evening, Kevin D. Nice to see you, mate.
Yo, good evening.
We've got about 20, 25, 30 minutes left of the show, ladies and gents.
Yeah, till the 380 lands and pulls up on stand, I guess.
Second 76. Touching down at Manchester this Wednesday evening live.
Smooth landing as well.
Was. Don't forget, ladies and gents, you can support the channel in the form of a super chat. Just tap the dollar symbol at the bottom of the chat. Or you can support us for free by just tapping the like button. Every little helps.
Tui 767 rolling out there. Making the most of that. Nice long runway. I've already done Cosford this year, though. So for me, like, personally, I know I love aviation and live for it, but I don't need many air shows personally. You know, like, I'm happy just seeing one or two a year. Whereas you get some people who will go to, like, a few, you know, like...
Flemos.
Yeah, exactly.
I think Flemos is going off to Riyadh next week, this weekend coming up as well.
Yo, that's epic.
I know a lot of our members are actually making their way down to Fair for this weekend, so
awesome.
I hope everyone has a brilliant time.
And yeah, Cosford was awesome. The F-35 display was out of this world. And the Reds were great.
Sunshine 2876.
Yep, also got the Lufthansa rotating A321. Taxi it real quick.
And we've also got the second of the Sun Express 73s on the taxi as well.
Tui.co. Apparently. Yeah, Sun Express going out. Epic.
Catch my rear sport. Mr. Venkman 7 gifting an Airliners live membership to Jeff Waghorn.
Yo,
thank you very much, Venkman, sorry.
And the Emirates A380 is almost over the UK now, sporting the standard Emirates colours. Coming in, and it's going to be arriving in less than half an hour now. Alpha 6 Echo Victor Bravo on the reg. Currently at 40,000 feet on the cruising altitude of the Super Jumbo coming in to Manchester Airport. Going to see it live here in 4K.
So Flemos has just informed me there is actually no Typhoon at Liverpool for the Real Air Show this year.
Why is that? Is that because there's no Typhoon at Real, or is that because it's just going to be based elsewhere?
And the Typhoon's only displaying at Southport on the Sunday, so it might be just, as Flemos mentioned, it might just be a refuel. So
yeah, okay.
The man in the know, Mr. Flemos.
Yes, but it will be cool to see the BBMF there nonetheless. I love seeing, I mean, a Spitfire is probably the best, but the Lank is really nice to see up close. Yes, Swiss aerobatic team at Cosford were really good. They were a proper wild card as well, because I did not expect them to be that good. Who else was there? Was it the Jordanian Air Force or aerobatics team were there as well at Cosford? They were pretty good. They were using the extras. 350s, I think. Yeah. Oh, and the Chinook display as well. I love that. I love seeing a bit of that.
Ollie is eating his tea now, so he's going to send it. Go on, Ollie, send us a picture.
Get it in the VIP lounge.
Let us know what it's all about.
I've got steak tonight.
Ah, there's a surprise.
I'm actually going to Sam's tonight, actually.
Hey, cool.
I had a chest infection last week, and it's gone now.
You passed it on to Sam, didn't you?
I think she's got it now. But I think just having a child...
Sharing's caring, man.
Exactly. I think just having a child, they're like vectors for all kind of viruses and all sorts. So
yeah, they're magnets.
They do just, like, since hair being in the house, I've definitely picked up a lot more illnesses. But yeah.
We've had another gifted membership from 1234, 1234, however he likes to be known as, and also a gifted membership from Mr. Big Will P.
Hey.
Cheers, Will.
Thanks all. Appreciate it. So yeah, sometimes on Wednesday would be like our date nights. We'd usually go out for just a bit of food.
Okay, so Flemo says the typhoon is at Poland on the date of the real show. So that's why it's not a no-show.
Okay.
Cheers for the info again, Flemos.
What a lot of people like doing, though, is going to... Oh, imagine if we did like a Mac cam at Harden. Yeah, that's not a bad idea, is it?
That's a pretty good... That's something that could be discussed.
Yeah, but I think we need a way to...
Yes, I know what you're going to say, yeah.
To switch the scenes and that, but yeah.
That is not a... That's a possibility, that.
So the power of MacCam is it's actually completely remote, so we're not like bound to range, so you could literally be in...
Mate, send me down to Arden, right, but they've got to be on 0 foot. I'm not going unless they're on 0 foot.
Oh, yeah. Well, apparently last time they did it anyway on 04s.
I'll just pack up and go if they're not on 04s. I'll not do it.
Last time the runway direction was the... What was it? 2-2.
Yeah.
And they used 04s last time. Even though the winds...
to go down there when the XLs there and they're on 04s. And that's simply because of your description of it.
Oh, yeah, it's so good. Have you not seen that yet?
Not on 04s, mate.
That is something else.
Desperate to see that.
It's like Skiathos, you know, the plane just super low and screaming over your head, a big super transporter.
Yeah, I've come over my head on 22s and... Yeah, but... I'm desperate for that.
It's still got 22s because they... I don't know about the Reds, but the Belugas will backtrack, won't they? So they'll use the full length.
Of course. Yeah.
And then you still will get an ultimate view of it. Sun Express now rolling on 23 right, heading off to Dalaman. Support in the YouTube chat just come in. Kevin D dropping 10 Airliners Live gifted memberships.
Wow.
What a lunatic. Let's got the mega bongs in the chat. Kevin,
awesome.
Thank you so much. That is mental. Support today has been nuts. Thank you, Kevin.
I've just been informed as well here and in the chat that the Jet2 A380 Alpha November is on its way back to Manchester after commencing its flight to Ibiza. It got to the north coast of France near Le Havre.
Oh wow!
Now it's on its way back. It's just over Derby at the minute on the descent at 17,000 feet.
Oh, I hope everything's all right. I mean,
so we should catch that.
That's strange. I was coming all the way back to Manchester.
Yeah. And
curious what's happened there. Maybe I could give Captain Mark a message. He normally has a bit of inside info. Not pinging 7700 though, apparently, according to Peter.
It's around about 15, just over 15 minutes out, I'd say.
Okay, we'll probably catch that on the show then. Again, thank you, Kevin D, for the huge gifted membership drop. And if you did get gifted a membership by Kevin, make sure you say thank you.
Huge thanks, Kevin. Thank you, mate.
Yeah, we love people who gift memberships because it's really helps out the community. Hope everyone's enjoying the show today, though, and it's been an awesome show. We've actually had a lot of fun here on the Midweek Madness show.
chilled in it. Chilled the Wednesday.
Yeah, it's
chilled out.
Completely different vibe. The next Manchester show will be Sunday at 10 a.m. UK time. The next live show in general will be tomorrow from 7 p.m. UK time, or 11 a.m. if you're over in Vancouver. That's Vancouver live. Henry will be bringing you your regular show. So 7 p.m. UK time. Really good show over there, actually.
Yeah, show Henry your support. You've got a couple of hours spare tomorrow, ladies and gents. As Andy mentioned, 7 o'clock UK, around 11 a.m. Pacific time, if you're over that way.
Big Dave saying, I normally work 12-hour shifts on Wednesday and Sundays, but not today. So it's great to finally be able to watch live and not on catch-up.
Hey, welcome in, Big Dave.
Top quality stream, nothing as good as this, he says. Thank you, Big Dave. I'm glad, 12-hour shifts, they must really take it out of you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad you can tune in live.
That's what you call a grafter. That's one who does them shifts.
Yep. One of our resident pilots, Olivia Brooks, saying great show.
Hey, Olivia.
Thank you, Olivia.
Next arrival is a 7-3 Ryanair from Dublin, followed by a second Ryanair 7-3 from Alicante. And we got a bit of prop action.
Yeah, it is quite a pleasant evening. It's not too warm. It's 18 degrees. The wind is kind of cooling us down a lot, though, as well.
Yeah.
But I can't complain. I actually have the waterproofing on the camera at the moment because it's just as we went live, it was raining, just as. And it was kind of heavy for a moment, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Just for like a minute. So I was like, oh, here we go.
We're dry, anticipating the worst.
Yeah, we'll keep streaming till a lot, Laurie, for sure. Hopefully everything's okay with it. It's coming a long way if it's had an emergency. So yeah, we're curious.
Yeah, it's like 45 minutes into the flight, isn't it? You know?
Yeah. I think if it was a serious emergency, they'd divert to a nearer airport.
Yeah.
It's got to traverse the whole of the south and Midlands of England to get back here. I don't know what the issue could be. Maybe a staff, like quite a bizarre issue, staffing related or passenger related. I don't know. Passenger feeling unwell, maybe not quite an emergency, but enough to turn around. Or maybe like that Virgin Dreamliner that we had at Heathrow that was doing a transatlantic flight through to Ireland and had to fly back. Or it might have been an A330 actually. And it was like a strange crew hours issue or something. Something quite technical. I'm sure everything will be revealed. If it does come in and there's fire crew on standby, then there's probably an issue with the aircraft. Is the aircraft below 10,000 feet? Like, has it changed its...
No, it got to a decent altitude.
Right.
Yeah. So it don't look like there's been a pressurization issue or anything like that. So
right. Flight architect saying it's heading to the Dane hold. Been told twice go around there for twice and then follow the
documented procedure.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what that is the plane's going to go into a hold and do 2 orbits before it comes in. So maybe to lose a bit of fuel, maybe, as well. As the aircraft might be quite heavy. So she's probably going to come out in at a similar time as the A380, or a little bit later, to be fair.
Radio issue. Okay.
Radio issue? Radio issue. Wow. unusual. Is there an emergency squawk for a radio failure? I don't know all the emergency squawks.
Falling the communications.
Yeah. Damn, that's not good. I hope it gets in okay. Man, that's a bummer. They're going to have to come all the way back.
You're a devil, don't you?
Yeah. Hopefully it gets sorted relatively quickly in Jet2.
Yeah, so it's 7,600 for, like, communications, so...
Right. Yeah, so she's not squawking just yet. It's obviously not an emergency situation, but certainly needed.
Safety first.
Yeah, we'll have to probably stick around to catch that. So that probably will be about half an hour from now, so we'll probably just catch it and then wrap up. We have got the King of the Skies not too far away as well. Much sooner that will be touching down, maybe in the next 15 minutes.
380, currently 20 minutes out.
Awesome. Yeah, a couple of people are saying the 7600 is radio failure. So it definitely doesn't seem like there's a radio failure or anything that warrants an emergency. Yeah, part of me wants to catch it, and part of me is a bit sad about it because it is one of our beloved,
gutting, isn't it? Yeah.
Beloved 75s having issues. But to be fair, issues like that can happen to any plane, really. So it's not really doom and gloom.
Prop alert.
Yeah, look at that, blurry props on show.
And yeah, as David mentioned, the 75's just now entered the first of the 2 circuits. It's going to make it in the Dane Old there, so...
Oh, sorry, I was looking at the wrong one on radar. Yeah, okay, sorry, I thought it was much further away. I thought it was still down south. Okay, so it's not far away at all, time-wise. To be fair, if the conditions were a bit clearer,
you might, yeah.
Yeah, you'd probably even see that aircraft.
I'm just looking through my lens now and see if I can...
Clouds are quite low today, aren't they? But the 75's over there at the moment. You guys can't see it. In fact, it's at one of the first. When it comes back on the orbit, we'll probably maybe see it breaking through the clouds. It's 7,000 feet. But maybe someone could check the METAR, but I think the cloud base is below that, just looking at it. So I think she's still above the clouds.
Third Sun Express we've been lucky to see on this evening's stream.
That's crazy. So many Sun Express today. All 737-800s.
Antalya.
Yeah, it's Simon saying that ATR really did get blown around, didn't it? On the final leg of the approach. What a dramatic end to today's show. Stick around, we've got the King of the Skies about to enter the approach. Well, soon we'll be entering the approach. And a Jet2 757 diversion, which we've seen depart earlier in the show, and is now coming back with what is apparently a radio communication fault. And has been instructed or has made the decision to come back to Manchester. Luckily it's only Ibiza, it's not the longest flight in the world. Could you imagine if it was like the Canary Islands, where it's already a 4-hour flight, then to do like an hour there, an hour back on this, well, how far did it get? All the way to almost to France. So she's been airborne for an hour 20, so it's not a lot of time. So about an hour and a half flight from Manchester to Manchester.
Yeah. Got it.
I know. Not what we want to see. Paul Allen said it's just gone over him in Buxton. Wow. That's great. Yeah, she's just completed the first orbit and looks like she's already looping back round. We'll have another look in that direction, but I don't think we can see her. If the clouds were a bit clearer, I think we'd just catch the aircraft in the distance, but I think the clouds are way too low.
Thanks a lot, Planespotting, Mike. I will gladly oblige. He said, here's £2 for his stay there. Thank you very much.
Hey, thank you. £2 donation. Thank you.
Incidentally, it's Mikey's birthday this weekend as well.
Hey!
Have a top time, Mikey.
Is it on Saturday, I think?
Saturday, I think, yeah.
Yeah, happy belated birthday. We'll catch up with you on Sunday, I guess. Legend. Ooh, I like these planes. Embraer 175. Nice change of pace from KLM.
So the 75's been given vectors now, so it's just starting its approach.
Cool.
5,500 feet.
Surely did one orbit at the end.
Yeah. Might catch her on the...
I love these Embraers. I think they look really cool. The size of the winglets. There's a few breaks in the cloud over there. I might just snipe a view, but I don't think so.
I think it'd be difficult, but...
Yeah. KLM City Hopper Embraer coming in from Amsterdam Schiphol. Wow, very pretty. Okay, let's have a look at the approach.
Yeah. Next lander is a EasyJet A320 from Bal.
Looks like they'll get the 7.5 in before the King of the Skies.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just going to sneak in. Down at 3,000 feet now.
Smiling KLM, yeah. They do look very happy, them little planes, don't they?
Huge winglets on there.
Yeah, James, we're aware of this diversion from Jet2. Should be touching down in the next sort of 5 minutes.
Should just be breaking through the cloud soon.
Yeah, I'd love to see her. I hope everything's okay on board. Apparently having communication issues with the radios. Not fun. Not what we like to see, but just hope it gets fixed nice and quick, and the passengers are back on their way as soon as possible. Whether they'll have another aircraft and crew spare to get them onto. It's a big plane though, the 757. So I think finding another aircraft with the capacity might be a bit tricky.
I think we've seen the majority of the 75s departing as well during the show, so...
Does look like it'll be in before the King of the Skies, the A380. Man, this show has gone so fast. And a bit of drama right at the end. She's turning onto the ILS now.
Yep.
We'll see if we can see her in the skies. Let's have a look, shall we? If not, we'll catch her breaking through the clouds. You guys see? I don't see.
No, not yet. No visual.
Not just yet.
Yeah, just got a visual now. She's just turning onto the ILS now. Just going to break through the cloud now, she is.
Okay, let's stay zoomed out like this. We'll see her.
Yeah. Yeah, I see you.
Ooh, is that the Air Baltic on the taxi out as well?
It is. Meanwhile, Andy Ballard has been a member for 14 months at business class.
Yes,
Time flies when you're having fun. Just thought I would pop in and say hello, as I don't always get a chance to watch live that much, but he always catches up on the shows. Thank you very much, Andy. Thanks a lot, mate.
Appreciate it, thank you. Here she comes. Back again with a radio communication fault. That's meant that the plane's had to return back to Manchester Airport after a flight heading to Ibiza. Got down to just shy of the north coast of France and had to turn around. She's just breaking through the last of the clouds there on final approach coming in to Manchester Airport. Bit of a shame, but hopefully this gets resolved relatively soon, relatively quick, as I'm sure then passengers were looking forward to getting to Ibiza tonight. But Jet2 are a fantastic airline for their service, so I'm sure they will get it resolved relatively quick.
Yeah. Alan S, first visit here. Great show, lads. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much, Alan. Thanks for joining us this evening.
Cheers. As for the Jet2 757, we have a maintenance base here at Manchester, so odds are that I'll get fast-tracked into getting serviced and back up and running, because this 75 is pretty integral.
Okay, according to Airline's live ATC, Manchester radar is given the clearance to land and not the actual tower, so...
Right, just fly straight in.
Just get in.
Priority. I think when you've got like a communication fault like that, you just want to get it down sooner than later, just in case the fault worsens. You can just about see her though on a final approach at the moment. Very far away though, still miles and miles away. Hence why even on full zoom she still looks tiny in the sky. Yeah, the Ibiza party gang are going to be fuming. I mean, I'm assuming a lot of them have been on a few beverages on the flight and things, so yeah, probably quite an interesting crowd.
I'm not sure how pleased they'll all be just at this minute.
Airline is live. ATC in the chat just letting us know that they said to they've been instructed to land, vacate, and hold after leaving the runway.
Ah,
interesting. I don't see any fire crew around. I obviously don't think it's that serious. But,
no,
but
there is actually airport ops waiting here, right in front of us now. I
think it's very important though for it when it's taxiing around to still have a good communication with the tower. Obviously, in case like tower need them to stop or whatever, or intervene with a taxi. Don't think they can just have it rogue taxiing around without any communication. So I think to try and diagnose and maybe fault find and troubleshoot the problem before they start their taxi maybe is a good idea. But yeah, for those who are just joining us, this aircraft took off from Manchester about an hour and a half ago here on the live show and is on a flight to Ibiza. Got to just shy of the north of France and had to turn around with a radio communications fault.
Incidentally, the 380 is now just stacking over in the Rawson. It's just going to descend to about 5,000 feet then, and he'll probably vector in as well.
Awesome. And yeah, that should wrap us up nicely. We've got the Emirates King of the Sky ending what's been a awesome live show here on the Midweek Madness show. Airline is live. Not sure what we're doing on Sunday yet. Might try and set up a live show here at the tower. Might be possible, but it might be a bit of a stretch.
Yeah, good point, Paul. They might be able to get her out back out this evening. Might just be a minor.
That's true. Yeah,
quick fix. You never know. It's just like
they definitely need new crew though, because obviously going.
Yeah.
Well, I said Ibiza that would usually be like a 2-sector day, I think. For
yeah, it depends what, like you say, how maybe it depends on your first sector of the day or stuff like that.
I assume it's going to be the last sector this, with it being in the evening.
Yeah. But like which sector have you been on earlier in the day? You know?
Yeah.
I suppose that'll determine it.
Yeah, the odds are they'll probably need new crew. Unless they can very quickly get it fixed now, I don't know. We'll see. I'm sure you guys will be keeping an eye on her on radars. Here she is, just about to touch down. Should we give him a wave? Welcome back. Good landing as well.
Yeah.
On the slightly injured 757. Must be frustrating for the crew as well, not just the passengers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bit of a headache to deal with.
Fire crew are there, but I think they're just waiting to cross over, to be honest. I think that's all they
Yeah, although I have seen them hold there before. Might be a precautionary thing. No, I think that is holding for this. Blue lights on as well. She's probably going to hold here then. If she's been instructed. Guys up front working hard to get the situation resolved as soon as possible, and I think they've been given a follow me car.
Yeah, follow me vehicle there just in front.
Yeah, so that's obviously with the radio communication issue. I think it's better safe that they follow that vehicle.
Yeah.
Escort them back to a stand.
That's a good point, actually, Rick. Imagine actually falling asleep on that flight and then waking up here and thinking, what the hell's going on?
Why is it so cold in Ibiza?
A380 on the ILS, ladies and gents. Should have a visual very, very soon. That's going to be the last landing of this Super Wednesday evening show from Manchester. From Airline is live. That's going to be our last arrival of the night.
Does look like
sorry, Andy. If you haven't yet, ladies and gents, just smash that like button if you can for us. If it's the one thing you're going to do tonight, just give that like button a tap for us. Thank you very much.
A couple of ops operations on standby there, just making sure, obviously, the fire crews.
Yeah.
Making sure everything's okay. Visual on the A380 yet? Possibly.
Should be. Very soon, if not now.
Yeah. And Laurie with a huge membership gift in the YouTube chat as well.
Wow.
Laurie gifting 5 Airlines Live VIP memberships as well. Thank you, Laurie.
Thanks so much, Laurie.
Air Baltic getting out first, though, quite neatly at the end of the show. This has been awesome. Yeah, apparently it's been moved over to ground frequency now as well, so seems like not a huge issue. Hopefully it's something that's fairly easy to rectify. Wow, that's pretty. Look at the lighting on that. Very picturesque. And they are very well maintained, the 757s at Manchester. They have obviously the Jet2 maintenance base, which is, you can see over there, the maintenance hangar, and I assume they might fast track that 75 into there, or just call their engineers out to the stand and try and get it fixed. But we'll keep an eye on radar, but if that's something that can get rectified today, I'm sure they'll probably have the plane back up as soon as possible, and the passengers back on board. They might not even disembark the passengers.
I've got a feeling they just put it on remote and see if they can rectify it.
Yeah, they'll have troubleshooting that they can do. But the last thing they want is probably to have the fault return, so they'll probably have some engineering on board and have a proper look at it.
Lovely visual on the 380 now.
Here we go, dropping the gear just in time. Emirates A380, king of the skies. Look at that wing fluff as well.
Yeah.
We will need to wrap up after this, though, folks, just because the park closes at 8, and
we've got to let these guys get home as well.
Yeah,
got to consider the guys being good enough to stay open for us here this late. So,
yep. With the lack of Martin, we do need a little bit more time to pack up. Let's end on a high, shall we? We've got the Emirates A380, king of the skies, coming in next. Let's get them emotes in the chat. All rise for the king of the skies. Wrapping up what's been an awesome midweek madness. Big shout out to Matt as well.
Cheers for having me, Andy. Thank you
for joining us on the live show. And I've been Andy as well up on the camera. You've been taking some photos, have you?
I've got one or two, yeah.
Where can we see said photos?
You can see said photos at 0161 AV Geek.
Over on Instagram?
Over on Instagram.
Or Twitter, right?
And the same tag on Twitter, yep. Or you can go one step better and you can join the VIP lounge, and I might post one or two in there as well.
It's a good idea. Anyone who's a VIP, new and old, can get yourself signed up to the VIP lounge on Facebook.
Point on the majority of the departures this evening.
Yeah, I agree. The wind has calmed a little bit now, as you can see. The 380 is not getting blown around massively, but a fair bit of a crab still, though. You can still see that left-hand side of the aircraft. There, left. And for the last time, once again, I'm very excited to see many of you guys next week on Saturday at the TAS Memorabilia Fair, where the Airline's live stand will be there, and a big community meetup will happen as well here at the Runway Visitor Park, Manchester Airport, from 10 a.m. on the 22nd of July. Let's zoom out. A big cheer at the RVP. That's what our chat sounds like. That was epic. What an end. What a great end.
That looks super cool. Great landing.
Yeah. We'll follow her out for a little bit, or him out, the king of the skies. And then we'll wrap the show up. But thank you so much for tuning in, guys, today. We're about to catch the best view of the king. Hopefully the lighting will stay nice and soft like it is now, as this evening draws to a close. Midweek Madness here on Airline is live. Plenty of new people subscribing to the channel, giving us follows on our social medias. You can find us on a load of different social medias these days. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube,
Kick,
yeah, TikTok. I don't know. Twitter. There you go.
we're everywhere.
We're everywhere. Everywhere you look. It takes a lot of time to keep posting on all them social medias, but it's fun. And our YouTube channels, Airliners Lounge and Simulates by Airliners Live.
Links in the chat.
Today's A380 powered by Rolls-Royce, as Owen Flemo says in the chat. Loopy saying 60 likes to 1k.
Come on, guys.
Everyone in the YouTube chat who hasn't hit the like button yet, hit it now. Let's try and hit 1,000 likes before we wrap up the live show today.
Paul Allen saying, ever thought of a nighttime stream? Would you be allowed? Watch this space, Paul.
Yes.
For that light on the free there going through.
So good.
Wow.
That looks 10 out of 10.
Gorgeous. Just before the A380 taxis pass, just say a huge thank you for your support this evening, ladies and gents, whether it's been in the form of a super chat, a gifted membership, or whether you've just simply liked the stream. Thank you very much.
That is so pretty. Look at that.
Wow.
Perfect. Perfect end to today's show. We hit 1k as well. Hey,
Awesome.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, everyone. That was rapid.
That was quick. Another quick taxi for the King of the Skies. Not yet, Matt. I think there might be a 757 about to touch down.
Oh.
I think it'd be very...
Be rude not to, wouldn't it?
Yes, I think it'd be very rude to wrap before that goes wheels down. So we'll get the wheels down on the 75 and then we'll play the outro, have a little dance, a little boogie in the tower.
Oh, yeah.
And yes, tune in tomorrow from 7 p.m. UK time. Airliners Live, Vancouver will be live 11 a.m. Eastern Pacific time, that is.
Who else streams from Vancouver?
I don't know.
Just Henry.
Just Henry. Just the one. There's only one. Here we go. The last arrival of the show, Jet2 757. Beautiful. Loads of 75s today, actually.
Yeah. The
Loads.
takeoffs from the 75s have been emphatic, haven't they?
Today's been a 7.5 kind of day.
Just looks odd without the winglets.
Awesome.
Just looks odd.
So if you hit Matt, I think it's that one, yeah, that's the one. Yeah, here we go.
Party time.
Right, guys, thanks for watching. Really enjoyed it today. And we catch this 380. Yeah, that's the one. Perfect. Thanks everybody for tuning in today. We've had Matt with us.
Cheers for your support, everyone. Thank
Matt
you.
Cam Smith doing a great job on his camera and co-hosting. And I've been Andy as well. Hope you enjoyed this Midweek Madness show here on Airliners Live. Don't forget to get subscribed on all our socials. Hit the bell icon on YouTube as well if you haven't already. And we'll see you tomorrow in the YouTube chat. Henry, Vancouver. Don't miss it. We'll see you all soon. See you soon, guys. Bye.
but they're always the same. Say they'll make you a star if you'll just sign your name. But that man doesn't know that we